Brought to you by your New England Honda dealers. Live Nation, GP, Ticketmaster, 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, Tito's Handmade Vodka, VA New England, Dairy Queen, Bufos Recovery Footwear, Shaw's and Star Biker, Charles D. Sheehy, Pipe Valves and Fittings, and by Grand City Electric's GCE Nitrate.
Backhand and a third Thomas. Jeremy Swayman celebrates his first NHL shutout.
By Mass General Brick, TD Bank, Duncan, America runs on Duncan, the North Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters, Peerless Boilers, your New England Ford dealers, Avidia Bank, Win Waste Innovation, DraftKings Sportsbook, Timberline Construction, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, The Oakers Company, and by Town Fair Tire.
Back to Orr. Put in.
Stanley Cup final for the third time this decade.
Now, here's Judd Surratt and Bob Beers.
Tonight, the Boston Bruins are at the United Center looking for their 8th road win in their last 9 outings. And they're going to try and sweep the season series against the Chicago Blackhawks. Your keys.
Don't look at the other team's roster. That's up to us to do. No, but if you're the Bruins and all the things that they've been stressing here the last couple of days and last little while, whether it's the better start, whether it's better defensive zone coverage, whether it's being, as Jim Montgomery likes to use the word, connected, better connected in all 3 zones. Special teams need to be better. I mean, there's a number of areas that they want to clean up right now based on the last few games that they have played. And if you're going to do that, you've got to be worried about what you do on the ice and yourselves and the guys on the bench and the guy next to you, and not the team that you're playing against. A lot of the names, the household names that we're used to seeing here in Chicago, obviously in terms of just trying to get back on the right track for the Bruins and not let this thing linger a little bit too long.
Our keys to the game are brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Well, look at our starting lineups here today. For the Chicago Blackhawks, on defense, the pairing of Connor Murphy and Jared Tenorti, and up front, Boris Kachuk, Joey Anderson, and Juju Kara. For the Bruins, they will go on defense with Matt Grzelcyk and Charlie McAvoy. Up front, the line of Tomas Nosek, centering Garnet Hathaway and A.J. Greer. Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you are a plumber or in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier pipe and mechanical product supplier. Sheehy, driven to deliver. Between the Pipes for the Chicago Blackhawks is Peter Mrazek. And for the Bruins, they'll go back to Linus Ullmark.
Ullmark leading the league in wins 33, 4-1. First in goals against, first in save percentage at .938. The Bruins in the first meeting of the season in mid-November beat the Blackhawks handily 6-1. They got goals from a lot of the big guys. David Pastrnak had a couple in that one. Patrice Bergeron with a goal and an assist. David Krejci and Jake DeBrusk also chipped in one each. Your referees tonight, Kelly Sutherland and Brandon Schrader. The linesmen, David Brisebois and Killian McNamara. Isn't that fitting here as the Blackhawks have a lot of St. Patrick's Day festivities planned here for today's game. We'll drop the puck here on the west side of Chicago when we return on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
Hey, DQ fans, do you ever want both onion rings and fries? Well, we have the answer. The Chicken Strip and Fry Rings Basket. Oh, get 2 of our legendary sides in one meal. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good. GP believes in your success beyond borders and boundaries. That's why they've built the world's leading global employment platform, which makes it easy to find, hire, and build great teams anywhere in the world in days instead of months. So the everywhere workforce can work together in over 180 countries and counting. GP, global made possible. Visit g-p.com.
Hey, it's Maz from Boston Growth Partners. If you're a business owner with 5 or more employees, listen closely. If you had supply chain problems, struggled getting staff, or are still reeling from the COVID lockdowns last year, well, Uncle Sam wants to pay you back for keeping your employees by giving you a payroll tax refund. You can get up to $26,000 per person. Do it now. Go to bostonrefunds.com and fill out your contact info, or just call them and they'll take you through every step of the process. It's real. Time's running out. Again, BostonRefunds.com. That's BostonRefunds.com.
Goalie Jeremy Swayman here. I'm teaming up with UFOs to bring you Kick Saves for Cancer. For every save this season, UFOs will donate $10 to Dana-Farber Cancer Institute up to $25,000. To date, UFOs has donated over $3 million for patient care and cancer research at Dana-Farber. That's OOFOS.com.
Now is the time for entrepreneurial leaders, and we're educating them at Babson. Apply by March 16th to start your MBA this fall. Visit babson.edu/MBA.
You ain't seen nothing.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. Like the Ford F-150 or the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger pickups. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. There's a great selection in stock and ready for delivery today. Based on 1977's 2022 calendar year total sales.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant is Alex Pacheco from Taunton. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Alex is going to win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. You can enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins working left to right here in this first period, wearing the white road jerseys, black numbers and letters outlined in gold. The Blackhawks in their home reds, white numbers, white letters, black pants. Part of the issue for the Blackhawks this season, the way they have started, they've been outscored by 29 goals in the first period. Only Anaheim has been outscored more.
That's an area that the Bruins want to clean up as well. The way that they're starting games, they want to make sure that they start on time. That's something that's been mentioned a couple of times now.
Blackhawks win the draw, feed into the far corner, and the second and final meeting of the regular season between the Bruins and the Blackhawks is underway. Along the near side, it's fed on net by Jujhar Khaira, and that backhand gobbled up by Omar, and we've got to stop 12 seconds in.
Jujhar Khaira coming in, lies a pretty good hit there on McAvoy, and all of a sudden it's a scoring chance down low. You know, that puck gets dumped in. No secret how you want to play, right? Get the puck in deep, go on the forecheck, and Jujhar Khaira gets a really good chance here right off the hop.
Khaira, 3 goals, 9 points, 37 games. This is his second season with the Blackhawks, 8th year in the National Hockey League. Started his career in Edmonton. Face-off left circle in the Bruins zone, and they're going to redraw this one. Patrice Bergeron will now take it against Tyler Johnson. We didn't see Tyler Johnson in the first meeting due to an ankle injury. Johnson wins the draw. At the left point, it's fed down to the left corner and back of the Bruins net. Dickinson stripped to the puck. Bruins can't guide it around to the far side. Sent over to the far wall. It's Marchand. He'll backhand it to the right of his net. And the Bruins will start their breakout. Up left wing, Marchand almost gave it away. This puck stays in. Left point, Dickinson. Wrists it just to the left of the Bruins net. DeBrusk slides it to the high slot and not out. Bruins having a hard time getting out of their own zone right now. Now Grizzly feeds to the far circle. McAvoy almost had it picked off, and out it comes. 19:13 left here in the first, and we're scoreless. Here's McAvoy up the right side. Both teams making some changes. Bruins rifle it in. That McAvoy just drilled Caleb Jones, who stepped up.
McAvoy took a couple of hits the first shift of this game, so he just, reverse hit that time after he dumped the puck in. Caleb Jones tried to step up on him.
Dmitry Orlov back in his zone end. He'll rush up the right side. Cuts to the center circle. Lost it. Carried in by Krejci to the high slot. Pulls left circle. A backhand, and Mrazek a glove save on his fellow countryman, David Krejci.
Yeah, nice little move there. Well, he's got plenty of them on this line. Krejci, of course, reunited now. Zacha reunited with Krejci and Pastrnak. Nice move by Krejci coming in through the slot area. Goes forehand to backhand. Gets a pretty good backhand away. Trying to go glove side from the left wing circle.
Face-off left circle in the Blackhawks end. 18:43 left here in the first and scoreless. Krejci will dig down and take it. He and Philip Kurashev, the young Swiss forward, get reset. And now the Blackhawks win it. They'll carry it up the left side. These are two of the best face-off winning teams in the league.
I was surprised to see the Blackhawks at the top of the list a couple weeks ago when we were looking at it.
But they're missing their best face-off man, Jonathan Taves, who might be done for the season. As the puck is wristed around to the near side, Zacha traps it. Along the near wall, it's paddled to the right point and just out to center ice. Cut off by Krejci, and the Bruins will reload in the neutral zone. Up the right side, Pasternak, center circle, going laterally. Bruins completing some changes. Then he tried to penetrate on left wing. He had it stripped. Blackhawks will transition the other way. Tap down low by Mackenzie Entwistle. 2 minutes gone by, and we're scoreless here at the United Center. Up the far side. The Bruins drive it on right wing. Now Clifton pitched it into the right corner. Mrazek plays it in the trapezoid, gave it away. Frederick back of the net. Sent it over to the far circle. Chip to the far corner. Frederick has it. Back of the net now Coyle. Coyle left of the cage. Centers out in front. Jammed at by Bertuzzi. Mrazek is down.
That's where Bertuzzi can make his living, down below the dots, and that's good to see. You know, he doesn't finish that one off. He's in there banging away there right in front of Mrazek after Coyle centered it.
Exactly where a grease ball should be.
That's where he should be.
Right circle. It's jabbed over to the near side. Bertuzzi plays off a check. Sends to the right circle. Coyle wings it over to the left point. Grzelcyk pivots. Drills it right circle. Wide open. Coyle played it off his skate. Shoots. Mrazek able to shrug that one off, and it leaves the surface.
Yeah, I like the opportunity for Bertuzzi. I mean, Frederick gets in there quickly on the forecheck, and Mrazek actually turns it over after the dump in. And then it's going to be Frederick getting this puck, trying to center it on the backhand, gets poked away, but they continue it behind the net, play below the goal line, and Coyle comes around and then centers this puck for Bertuzzi. Don't know if he ever really got, or the puck actually got to him, but he did have a couple whacks at it.
Bruins win the face-off right circle. It's McAvoy to the right circle. Left point out, Grzelcyk. Shot it out in front looking for a tip. It scales along the near side. Marchand feeds it up top. McAvoy a shot, and Mrazek takes it in as you had Bergeron flashing toward the blue paint.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get there in time, and McAvoy was under a little pressure up high. Kept it in right at the blue line. That's a face-off win for the Bruins. They go to work here in the offensive end with McAvoy penetrating into the right wing circle.
Bruins got another goal from a defenseman on Sunday afternoon. Matt Grzelcyk scoring for the Bruins. They've got 34 goals in the back end, more than they had all of last year. This one shot right off the faceoff. Mrazek made the stop, then looked behind him. And we've got an icing call here on the Blackhawks.
Marchand snuck through there as that was a loose puck right off the faceoff. He grabbed it and took a quick shot from the hash mark in the right wing circle. And Mrazek, he makes the save, and then he looks behind him over his right shoulder trying to find that puck. Didn't know where it was. It actually stayed in front of him.
Face-off right circle in the Blackhawks zone. Scoreless game. 16:47 left here in the first. Bruins almost able to win the face-off. It hopped over Marchand's blade, and it's sent to the far circle in the Bruins zone. Here's Lindholm on it.
Yeah, so tonight you got Orlov playing the right side with Lindholm.
Puck sizzled out in front. Stick save made by Ullmark. Sent to the far corner. Scooped up by Lindholm. Took a check from Dickinson, and out come the Bruins. Over the line right side to Brust. Caps it into the right corner. Then he got finished hard by Caleb Jones. Around to the far side. The Jones brothers are playing together. Seth, the older one, the right defenseman. Now to Caleb, who's the lefty. He'll feed it out to center ice. Bruins have it. And then Marchand tripped up. Dickinson's going to the box. Bruins with an early power play. 16:08 left here in the first, and we're scoreless.
Yeah, neutral zone. Dickinson just reaching there on Marchand. Marchand trying to protect the puck. No real argument from Dickinson as he goes to the box for tripping.
Chicago penalty number 17. 2 minutes for tripping.
Bruins power play has drifted to 10th in the league at 22.7%.
It's the first time in a long time that they've been out of the top 10. Or, I mean, they're 10th, but out of the top 9. Let's put it that way.
Blackhawks are 22nd in penalty killing.
And to make matters worse, the two shorthanded goals scored against them over the weekend against Detroit that they're trying to shake off. And
Bruins win the draw. Up top, it's McAvoy. He'll fade to the right point. Dish to the right circle. It's Bertuzzi. Took a check. Along the near side, it's the second unit starting out here for the Bruins.
They got to get back.
Then over to the far side, and it's drilled all the way down by Kara. Stopped by Ullmark. He'll feed to the far side. Up the right side, Bertuzzi flipped to the middle. Krejci kicks to his stick over the line. A step. Zacha shoots wide. Sent to the right circle now. McAvoy fires. And he sent that one deflected off a stick and into the protected netting.
Well, off the rush. I mean, that's a great opportunity for Zacha. Nice little passing play through the neutral zone. And they catch one Blackhawk deep in the zone off that, after the dump in. Nice pass from Lindholm. And it catches Blackhawk deep, and now you've got Krejci making this nice backhand pass to Zacha. I mean, Zaka's in just great shooting position, missing the net to the blocker side. I don't think Mrazek got a piece of it.
He's one off matching his career high in goals, which is 17. Off the draw, Blackhawks will paddle it around, can't get it out. Pastrnak leaves to the far side. It's Bergeron. He'll skate to the dot. Now twirls at the hash mark. Send it up top. Holding is Pastrnak. Skates to the middle. Dish to the right point. Orlov backhand to the near side. Marchand. He'll skate up top. Center point. Orlov shoots. Blocked. Orlov keeps it in. Far circle. Pastrnak fires. Mrazek fought it off with the glove. Now sent up top. Orlov fakes. Right circle to Marchand. Looking back door. He'll swing it up top. Orlov to the right circle. Marchand to the bumper. Sent back to Marchand. His pass across. Picked off. Orlov gets it back. The shot deflected into the right corner. And now along the near side, the Blackhawks get to it, and it's cleared by Tkachuk.
Still got 40 seconds remaining on the power plays. The Bruins are going to make a couple changes.
Up the left side, Orlov in front of his bench. Traps the puck. His backhand finds a Bruin stick. Pastrnak breezes his way in. Took a tug. Get it over to the left point, Bertuzzi. Whistles it to the right point. Marchand holds. He'll back up. Now feeds right of the net, Bertuzzi. Center's fired. And that shot blocked. Oh, it was a clean look there for Pastrnak. Got blocked by Murphy.
Yeah, big block from Murphy. That's a real good look by Bertuzzi. Down low. Get that puck to him down at the, to the left of Mrazek. And it's a quick 2-on-1 down in front. And Bertuzzi's able to get that pass to Pastrnak in the left wing circle. But a better block by Murphy.
2 seconds left on the Bruins power play. It's over now as the Bruins bring it into the Blackhawks zone. Now it's chipped back to neutral ice. Forbert whistles it rink wide to his partner Clifton. He'll feed it in. Bruins going to work along the far side. Entwistle kicked it to the corner. Sent around to the near wall. Back of the net. It's Mitchell. Feeds it ahead on right wing. He played college hockey for Jim Montgomery at Denver. Now back in his own zone, Caleb Jones. He'll fade back. Bruins making a few changes up front. 13.5 left here in the first and scoreless. Up the right side, Mitchell. The young right-handed defenseman fires it in and around, over to the near side. It's shoveled back of the net. It squirts to the far wall. Greer couldn't play it off the yellow kick plate. Bruins get it back, chisel it ahead, and now here's Greer. He'll motor over the line left side, trying to get around to check. Got poke checked by Zaitsev, and it's sent back into the Bruins zone. Lucas Reichel, the 20-year-old first-round pick, added poke check, and the Bruins will shovel it back into the Blackhawks end. Mrazek settles it, swings it around to the near side. Knocked down by A.J. Greer's hip at the hash marks. Back of the net, Zaitsev cranked it over to the far side. Grzelcyk jumped the pass. Far corner, Zaitsev finished on Grzelcyk. Nosek in to help. Nosek chipped it around to the near side. Greer scraped it up top. McAvoy pitches. This one stays in. Now Nosek sent it to the middle, but Greer was heading off to change. 12:39 left here in the first. Bruins nothing, Blackhawks nothing here at the United Center. Both teams making some changes. Now Zaitsev acquired in a trade just before the deadline from Ottawa. Bruins pick it off just before the Blackhawks could penetrate on right wing. And now here's Lindholm. His backhand pass intercepted. Left circle, it's Tkachuk to the high slot. The shot delivered by Anderson got blocked, and the Bruins crank it all the way down, and we have an icing call here on the black and gold.
That's another icing call sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Enjoy the game with a glass of Tito's on ice. Tito's cocktail of the week is the Tito's Hot and Dirty. For tonight's recipe, go to 985thesportshub.com.
What was that treat?
You heard me.
Face off right circle in the Bruins zone. 12-11 left here in the first.
I read them as they give them to me, Judd.
You see it, you say it. Far corner.
I double-checked it, but that's what they want me to read.
Everybody ducks on the Bruins bench, and we're going to take a timeout. 12:05 left here in the first. Bruins nothing, Blackhawks nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
Look down at your dashboard. Is that change oil light lit up and giving you a sinking feeling? A fear of being without your car for hours on end and getting overcharged and underserved? That's oil change anxiety. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car and we change your oil in about 15 minutes. Fight oil change anxiety at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Hey, it's Maz for Window Nation. In New England, energy prices have increased over 20% since last year, but it isn't too late to do something to fix your high energy bills. Beat the spring rush with the last month of off-season pricing at Window Nation. You can get 2 free windows with every 2 you buy with 0 down payment, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 24 months. Go with the window company that has installed nearly 2 million windows by installers with over a decade of experience, only using top-of-the-line installation materials. Call 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Golfers Warehouse for the hottest new arrivals from Callaway, featuring the Paradigm Woods and Irons. The Paradigm Woods are engineered with forged carbon to have unparalleled distance and forgiveness. The Irons feature a high-strength forged face for increased launch, speed, and spin. A new paradigm in performance. Swing into Golfers Warehouse and get custom fit today. Golfers Warehouse, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by our New England Ford dealers during their all-wheel drive sales event. Get great deals on winter-ready Ford SUVs and trucks in stock and ready for immediate delivery. This Blackhawks team looks like none we have seen for about the last 10 or 12 years. We mentioned Jonathan Taves. He basically stepped away from the game to deal with long COVID and those symptoms, and the symptoms from chronic immune response syndrome, which had him shut down for an entire season 2 years ago. In addition to that, Patrick Kane jettisoned at the trade deadline along with Max Domi, Sam Lafferty, Jake McCabe, and Jack Johnson.
Some pretty good players in that lineup right there.
Down near corner, we're going to have a penalty here on Hathaway. They're going to claim he took the feet out of Ian Mitchell. Hathaway barking at the official, and the Bruins are going to go shorthanded for the first time. 11:55 left here in the first and scoreless.
Yeah, not 100% sure that this one was a trip on Hathaway here. He certainly doesn't think so, but
see what the penalty kill looks like here for the Bruins.
Gray area.
Off the draw.
Well, the way the referee saw it, he saw that right leg, be taken out, and he makes the call.
Maybe with some of the conversations that are going on at the GM meetings, that will be something they can revisit in the future. Wheeling ahead is Athanasiou. His pass, that's going to be an icing call as he missed it on right wing. And the faceoff will come back to our right.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's just trying to get in there on the forecheck. They're trying to protect the puck, and a little bit of the right leg.
Face off in the right circle.
Nice to see Kevin Dean, former assistant coach for the Bruins. He's back, or he's behind the bench, I should say, for the Chicago Blackhawks as one of their assistants.
Great to see him and catch up this morning. He grew up not far from here. His parents are still in Madison, Wisconsin. Bruins win the draw, and it's ripped up the left side by Forberton all the way down. Bruins are going to change their penalty killer short for another minute and a half, scoreless game. Here's Seth Jones. He leads the team in scoring with 31 points. Athanasiou races up the line far side. Blackhawks try and play give and go. Back of the net, Bruins guided over to the near side, chip it ahead. Here's DeBrusk, one-on-one with Jones. Goes to the far circle, he'll break off, send it out in front. Zacha shoots wide again. Now Kurasha wheels to the center circle. That's 2 looks that Zacha has had. But he's missed one far side and one near side.
He's frustrated with himself going to the bench right now. But high fives there from Patrice Bergeron for both Zacha and Jake DeBrusk, who set him up.
Blackhawks bring it in. Rush to the right corner. Back of the net. Radish drills it around along the near side. Mitchell shoveled to the left corner. Now along the left side, it's Jones to the right point. Sent up top, Caleb Jones shoots, deflected just to the right of the Bruins net. And the Blackhawks got knocked down out in front. The Bruins rip it up the middle and all the way down.
It was Lindholm clearing the front of the net.
10:15 left here in the first, scoreless. 19 seconds left on the Hathaway penalty. Puck brought ahead by Caleb Jones. Feeds on right wing. Now Radish over the line. Dish to the right circle. Tyler Johnson shot deflected off the glass near side. Mitchell swings it to the left of the Bruins net. Scooped up by Orlov. Spins it behind his net calmly. And the Bruins are back at full strength. Here's Pasternak. He'll scoot over the line to the high slot, right circle, fake. Then try to chisel it between some legs. Along the near side, they battle for it. Pasternak tapped it into the right corner. Krejci crashes in. Pasternak trying to dig it free. Second in the league with 46 goals, which includes one on Sunday afternoon in Detroit. Back in his own end, Tyler Bertuzzi. Fifth game here with the Bruins. Had it poked off his stick by Kara. And Allmark will cover up. We'll take a timeout. 9:22 left here in the first. Bruins and Blackhawks are scoreless on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
Whether you're taking the kids to the local rink or catching a game at the Garden, those parking lots have one thing in common: Ford trucks. Because whether you're hauling equipment to practice or getting the gang together on Causeway, Ford trucks work hard and play harder. Leading the way are the trucks of Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. They're America's #1 selling trucks for 46 years straight and a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2022 CY total sales.
If you ask us, Bruins Nation feels like family. A big and bad, loud and loyal family. And TD Bank is proud to be a part of it. It's good to have the family together again. TD Bank. Unexpectedly human. Woo!
Hey, this is Jake DeBrusque, and I'm teaming up with Shaw's and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate funds and food to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $200 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network.
Broadcasting Boston, this is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 95 The Sports Hub. The Beasley Media Group station.
Face-off in the right circle in the Bruins zone. This face-off is brought to you by Unicare. They've teamed up with Charlie Coyle, the State Police Association of Professional Firefighters of Massachusetts, for face-offs for first responders to highlight mental health resources for first responders. Visit 985thesportshub.com/first responders. Bruins win the draw. Just over 9 minutes remaining here in a scoreless first period. McAvoy guides it to the middle. Grizzly meanders ahead, feeds it over the line for Nosek. Chipped it right to the net and paddled wide by Garnet Hathaway.
Hathaway was able to beat his check to the net that time. Nosek receives a good pass from Grizzly through the neutral zone. Is able to muscle his way into the offensive end, and there's Hathaway with the step.
Up the left side at center ice.
He's been good for the Bruins, as advertised.
Now a step for Kachuk, his shot. The Bruins were able to get back, and McAvoy, they got a block on that as it bounced out to center ice.
He got a piece.
Frederick will rush over the line left side. Pulls up with Seth Jones watching him. Sent to the slot. Backhanded out in front by Lindholm, and the pass never got there.
Oh, he had Coyle back door, and Mrazek came way out of the net that time.
Coyle out at center ice. Dished it back in his own zone, Bertuzzi. Here's Coyle. Shovel over the line, left side, Bertuzzi. He'll smack it around the boards, looking for his first goal as a Bruin. Along the near side, it's sent to the slot by the Blackhawks and out to center ice. Jones will whack it deep into the Bruins zone. Little collision in front of the benches as Frederick finished his check on Seth Jones. Left corner, it's drilled out in front of the Bruins net and sent over to the near side. And now up right wing is Coyle at the red line. To the center circle, over the line, right side, intended for Bertuzzi and the Bruins, offside.
Fans of Video Bank and Patrice Bergeron have teamed up again this season for Assist for Kids. For every Boston assist, a video will donate $25 up to $37,000 to help Metro West youth hockey players pay for hockey. Get details now at avideobank.com. A Video Bank, honest to goodness, member FDIC, member DIF.
Face-off in the near dot just beyond the Blackhawks line. Shots are 7-4 Bruins, but the game is scoreless. Just under 8 minutes remaining in the first.
7-4, but you missed the net on a couple of great chances. See what the Bruins do now. An icing call here to the Chicago Blackhawks.
Faceoff will come down to our right.
Krejci on the ice right now, so he gets a decision. Those 2 shots that missed the net were Zacha, and they've been close on a couple of others.
Zacha with 2 assists on Sunday afternoon in Detroit. Every point upping his career high point total. He's got 45 right now. The Blackhawks win the draw, chip it over to the near side. They pull it off the wall and drill it up left wing and back into the Bruins zone. Racing for his Kurashev. Knifed it back of the Bruins net. The Blackhawks have it in the slot. It's fired and gloved as Tenorti's drive was taken in by Linus Ullmark.
Yeah, good save by Ullmark. He did have a good look at it, but as a glove save, they actually had a chance even lower to try to get a shot where the Blackhawks did, but missed the puck in the slot. It goes all the way out to Tenorti at the point, and then that lane opens up for a good look on a... It wasn't a big slap shot there from Tenorti. Pretty routine save, I think, made by Ullmark, and no rebound.
Tenorti played 14 games for the Bruins back in the 2021 season. Missed some time earlier this year with a busted jaw. First game back, fought. Here's McAvoy. He'll fire it out to center ice. The Bruins will regroup back in their own zone. Grizzly in the slot. Stick handles. They'll feed it up the left side. Now to the middle. It's McAvoy. Chipped it ahead.
You get a team that allows a lot of goals, in the Blackhawks. So what do you have to do? You got to be strong through the neutral zone, and it's a bit of a passive forecheck here by the Blackhawks when the Bruins do have good possession of it.
Jones shoots, and that long-range wrister taken in by Linus Ullmark.
Really just one guy up, and then you've got the 3 guys in the neutral zone, and then they're looking to jump as soon as the pass gets made. So the Bruins, when you try to get through that neutral zone, don't let the Blackhawks get set up if you can. Doesn't always work out that way, but you want to come at them before they have an opportunity to get set up the way that they want to in the middle. And if you can do that, now you've got them scrambling a little bit. That's true with most teams, but especially a young team like Chicago.
The first-year head coach Luke Richardson mentioned that in the first meeting, he felt like his team played pretty well, but they couldn't sustain their game as it wore on and couldn't generate enough offense. And the Bruins poured it on and won it 6-1. Bruins dump it behind the Blackhawks net. Coyle left it in the trapezoid. The Blackhawks flip it over to the near side. And the Bruins get it back. Right point. It's Frederick hanging high. Center point. Dish to the far circle.
You don't have a defenseman back right now.
You had Lindholm on the far hash marks.
And Orlov on the near hash marks.
Well, I had to laugh. I think on an earlier shift, you had the 2 guys setting it up back in the D zone, Coyle and Bertuzzi. Because the defensemen were up ice. Near side now, Frederick. Right corner. Bumps off a check. Back of the cage. Sent to the far side, and the Blackhawks have it. And they'll rush up the ice. 3-on-2 over the line left side. It's sent to the near corner. And Clifton's got it. He'll pound it up right wing. This will slide deep into the Blackhawks end, but their first Pasternak, so no icing. Along the near side, Krejci trying to dig it free. Here's Clifton. He'll tap it and chase into the right corner. He just delivered a punishing check on Connor Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy can take those hits, so a big body back there.
He's just back into the lineup after he was injured. And the Bruins try to play give and go. Pasternak didn't receive the pass. Entwistle over the line left side. Cuts out in front. He scores! He was going left to right. Found a seam on Linus Ullmark. Blackhawks won, Bruins nothing.
Yeah, so this is Bruins have possession of that puck in the offensive zone. And after Clifton makes the hit down in the corner, now the puck's going to come back to him as he's heading back to the point. He tries to give it to Pasternak. It goes by Pasternak, and Clifton comes back, and Entwistle surprises him. He's coming in. He's a right shot coming in the left wing side. And I think he surprised him with maybe the reach or even the speed a little bit, where Clifton couldn't catch him. But a goal that Ullmark would like to have back. It just slipped in between his legs, where Entwistle lost possession of the puck trying to get to the front.
So the Bruins will play from behind for the 3rd consecutive game. Grizzly near corner of his own zone. McAvoy back of the net. Grizzly reaching for it. McAvoy can't get the puck free. Parrott digging away down low. It bounces to the near point. And now Nosek will skate it out to center ice. Rushes over the line right side. Stops at the right point. Sent it to the right corner. Zaitsev's on it. Took a hit from Hathaway and flipped it up the middle and out to center ice. The Bruins have it there. Now McAvoy up right wing. Relays off the right wing boards. Greer ducks around a check. Back of the cage. Greer to the far side. To the hash marks. Flipped it back of the net. Hathaway braced for the contact. Jammed against the wall by Mitchell. Bergeron in to help. Back of the cage. Greer got it out in front. Bergeron couldn't get a clean shot away. And now Mitchell will skate it out to center ice. At the red line, he got cut off. And then broke up a pass out of midair and then rifled it deep into the Bruins zone. Now Lindholm left it in the far corner for Marchand. Had it swept off his stick. Sent out in front, and Ullmark makes the save in the right circle on the opportunity by Reichel. 4:17 left here in the first. Blackhawks 1, Bruins nothing. On the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. So contact your Honda dealer or shop online today.
Whoa, what was that? That's the GCE night train delivery service from Granite City Electric. It's dropping off the electrical supplies I ordered last night straight to my job site.
Overnight delivery?
Yeah, order by 5 p.m., they deliver by 6 a.m. And they have over $35 million of inventory ready to go.
So you never have to drive to the supply house again?
Never again. For a more productive day, hop on the GCE night train from Granite City Electric, official distributor of electrical supplies to the Boston Red Sox. Visit GCEnighttrain.com to order today.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction. Just like the pros, success in the commercial construction industry requires a strong, smart team with a no-exceptions commitment to excellence. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction. Exceptional. No exceptions.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. So contact your Honda dealer or shop online today.
Download free Nugs. Just add the Wendy's app to your phone and get an offer for a free 10-piece with purchase. Yep, it's raining Nugs again. One app, all the... Ow! Wendy's.
Limited time at participating Wendy's. New users only. Account registration required. Terms apply.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 985thesportshub.com.
Tomorrow is the last day to donate to the Boston Bruins 16th annual PJ Drive. Donations can be made online to support Cradles to Crayons and Wonder Fund Massachusetts, two nonprofits that ensure positive living conditions for children. Plus, fans can enter to win a branded Carlos signed item at bostonbruins.com/PJ Drive for more information. Mackenzie Entwistle's third goal of the season, unassisted at 14:29, as the Blackhawks on top of the Bruins 1-0. Bruins win the draw. We're going to redo this one.
Great driving into Chicago the other day there, Judd, and seeing the river all turn green.
So they dye it every year. I don't know why. It stays green all year long.
They do a full week of festivities here, including 2 weekends, so...
It's good. Face-off far circle in the Bruins end. Blackhawks win it to Jones near circle on his backhanded shot. Knocked down by Ullmark. There's a rebound available. And rushing the other way is Marchand. Over the red line, over the blue line right side. Mashed against the wall by Caleb Jones. And it's lobbed out to center ice. DeBrusque gave it away. High slot Radish. He goes wide to the far side. Got poke check. Got it back. And his wrister picked off, but the Bruins cannot exit cleanly. Bergeron raked it up the far glass and out to center ice. Snap back into the left corner. Orlov there to get it. Both teams changing. 3:43 left here in the first. Bruins trailing 1-0 here in Chicago. Now Coyle chases right corner in the Blackhawks end. Digging away with Connor Murphy. Flip to the far side. Athanasiou just got it out to center ice. Almost kept in by Forbert. Puck banked ahead, and Coyle will drive a backhand down low. Mrazek made some big saves in the early minutes. Sent it around to the far side, and it bounces out to center ice. Reichel shouldered away from the puck by Coyle, and the Bruins will set it up back in their own zone. Clifton hits the brakes, cranked it up the middle. Out at center ice, Pastrnak speeds in, goes wide, right side, right of the cage, out in front, poke check by Mrazek. Mrazek's lost his stick.
Yeah, good stick by Mrazek. Pastrnak definitely wanted to bring that strong to the front.
Mrazek gets his stick back. Bruins scramble to keep it in high slot. Blackhawks get it back and paddle it ahead and out. They'll feed it back into the Bruins zone. We have an icing call on the guys in red.
Well, it's another icing call sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Enjoy the game with a glass of Tito's on ice. Tito's cocktail of the week is the Tito's Hot and Dirty. For tonight's recipe, go to 985thesportshub.com.
Face off right circle in the Blackhawks end. Krejci rolls up the sleeves. He'll take it against Kurashev. Now Krejci kicked out of there, so Zacha will step in and take it. The checkmates are up front. You got McAvoy and Grzelcyk on the back end. Matt Grzelcyk 1 point away from matching his career high in points, which he set last year at 24. Bruins win the draw. Pastrnak rifled it wide. Far side, out of the corner, it's Grzelcyk. Fed it back of the net, Zacha. Right of the net, Pastrnak. Hanging high in the slot. Krejci is shot. And that deflects off the back glass. Pastrnak swings to the far corner. Centers it out in front. Rejected there by Tenorti. And the Blackhawks will drive it up left wing and out to center ice. Along the near wall, McAvoy traps it. Here's Krejci. He'll head north. Poke checked. Bruins get it back. Zacha ducks. This is wristed in deep by McAvoy. The Bruins are going to make wholesale changes. Up the near side. Deflected deep into the Bruins zone by Hanover, Massachusetts native Mike Hardman. We have icing here on the Blackhawks.
Well, I think it's been a little bit of a theme here in this first period for the Bruins. When they've had good opportunities, they've fired a couple shots wide. There were a couple on that last sequence there after winning the faceoff in the offensive zone. That's happened now several times here in this period, and not so much times where you can look at them and say, well, it was only maybe 5 times, but they're good quality chances. You miss the net from the blue line or something like that. That's a little bit different, but
right corner. Here's Orlov back of the net. He centers. Blackhawks were able to get command of Jake DeBrusk and then fire it back into the Bruins zone. Bruins heading the other way. Right side over the line, it's Marchand on his offside with a reverse hit. Collided with Hardman, and both guys went down.
Hardman stood him up.
Hardman played a couple of seasons at BC. Now DeBrusk sent it up the middle, given away. And this puck is deflected over the penalty boxes just beneath us, and we've got to stop with 1:39 left here in the first. The Bruins trailing 1-0 to the Blackhawks.
And I think some of it too, Judder, what's been going on here recently is when things just aren't going exactly right for you, you press. And maybe you try to do a little bit too much. There's been a few turnovers here in this first period. Forced or unforced, but there's been a few turnovers.
Face-off center circle.
Missed the net. I don't think anybody's squeezing the stick just yet, but you know what I'm saying. It's guys care. They want to get back to their game. They want to get it fine-tuned right now. And when it's not going right, you're trying to find that game.
Bruins still stuck on 7 shots. They had that early. Now the Blackhawks have the edge 9-7. And they have a 1-0 lead. Bruins rim it over to the near side, out to center ice. In flight is Greer over the line. He'll flip to the middle, and it's smacked back into the Bruins zone. Back to get it now. Clifton pivots. Good dish to his partner Forbert. Dusts it off. Swings it ahead. Over the line left side is Greer. Took a check. Far side. Nosek tried to pull it out of there. Battle far hash. Kara. Dish to the middle. And out comes Mitchell. Under a minute to play here in the first. 1-0 Blackhawks. Far side. Hathaway couldn't pull it off the wall. Sent out in front by Kachuk. And it's scooped up by Bertuzzi. He'll skip out to center ice. Bangs into the right corner. Goes to chase. Right corner, it's Jones. Flips over to the near side. And this one sails out to center ice. McAvoy's on it. 37 seconds left here in the first. Bruins scrape it up left wing. The Blackhawks control. Near circle, it's Jones. Sent it to the middle to his brother Seth. Caleb to Seth. And now Bruins wedge the puck back out to center ice with 20 seconds remaining. Tyler Johnson ripped it in. This is his second season here with the Blackhawks. Along the near side, the Bruins get to it. Coyle flips to the middle. And now Frederick. Got it to Bertuzzi. Dished it toward the slot. Picked off by the Blackhawks. And it kicks back into the Bruins zone. Far corner, Lindholm's on it. Looks over his right shoulder with 2. Sent to the far side. And the horn is going to sound to close out 20 minutes here at the United Center. At the end of one, Blackhawks 1, Bruins nothing. Stay with us during our first intermission. Hampus Lindholm will join us for the Bruins player poll. That's coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
Are you a veteran? VA New England Healthcare provides state-of-the-art healthcare benefits to those who served our country. Call 844-VA-CARES and learn more about the benefits you earned and deserve. Call 844-VA-CARES.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for the best deal on Falcon tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
From the electricity out on the ice to the roar of the crowd in the stands, there's nothing quite like Bruins hockey. And this season, you can be there live to cheer them on. As the official ticketing partner of the Boston Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats at a wide variety of price points. So get off the couch and get into the stands. Grab great seats to see the Bruins today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Some people might say coffee doesn't need chocolate, but you're not some people. You're a dreamer. You see the possibilities of chocolate and caramel flavors swirling together with cold brew, topped with velvety chocolate cold foam and cocoa caramel crumbles. That imagination can only be rewarded with Dunkin's new caramel chocolate cold brew. It's a cold brew dream come true. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Goalie Jeremy Swayman here to remind you that I've teamed up with UFOs this season to bring you kick saves for cancer. For every save made by a Bruins goalie, UFOs will donate $10 to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute here in Boston. What if our next save ends cancer? To date, UFOs has donated over $3 million for patient care and cancer research at Dana-Farber, and they're just getting started. Visit UFOs.com today, that's OOFOS.com, to learn more about the goal of finding a cure. It's a beauty.
Now is the time for entrepreneurial leaders, and we're educating them at Babson. Apply by March 16th to start your MBA this fall. Visit babson.edu/MBA.
Hey fans, Peerless Boilers is here to assist you with your vital heat and hot water heating needs. Don't wait until it's too late and have a leaking mess in the middle of winter. Learn more and find local installers today at peerlessboilers.com. And remember, Peerless Boilers, America's best built boilers. The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Welcome to the GP Intermission Show with their #1 global employment platform. GP makes it easy to find, hire, and build great teams anywhere in the world in days instead of months. Go to g-p.com. First intermission here at the United Center. The Blackhawks out to a 1-0 lead over the Bruins. Hampus Lindholm hasn't been with the Bruins as long as many of his teammates, but he's been here long enough to pick up on some of their habits. He takes us behind the curtain tonight to shed some light on the guys he plays with in the latest edition of our Bruins player poll.
All right, Hampus, welcome to the 2022 Bruins player poll. Question 1, which of your teammates is most likely to become a head coach or general manager?
I'd probably say Patrice Bergeron. He's just a leader, and I think he just thinks hockey out there. He's a real smart guy, so I can see him be a really good coach.
Which teammate, after their playing career is over, would you see most likely to work in the media?
Ooh, maybe Pasta. I think he's a fun character. I can see him wear his cool hats on TV there, and he's kind of have people tune in.
By the way, you got a vote in that category. Could you ever see yourself doing this?
I think so. Yeah, I've actually done it like with the at VSat Sport in Sweden and sit in the studio and stuff once before. So I've kind of felt the environment a little bit, and yeah, I do think it fits me a little bit.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, no, I did. It's fun. It's talk about the sport you love, so it comes kind of naturally.
Smartest teammate.
Smartest teammate, not JD. I'll probably say Patrice there too. He seems like a guy that has everything. I don't know if he's just really good organizing himself, but he's got it dialed in.
Funniest teammate.
I think JD. I crack up. He's looking at him. He always got the smirk on his face and a little some business going on. So he's a guy that cracks me up.
Teammate who most often puts money on the board.
Probably I'll say Shucky because he's the richest.
So this is for the card players. I don't know if you're in the card game or not. If you are, best poker player.
Like, I don't play that much card, but I can see Pasta be a little sneaky with his card game. I know he plays a lot, so like I can see him be kind of like sneaky good and kind of have some hard to read kind of guy.
Worst poker player.
Maybe JD. I feel like he's not a poker guy, and he doesn't have the patience for sitting there holding out. So I think playing JD would probably be the easiest.
Best dressed teammate.
I'd say Pasternak. I think he really pulls off his style, which is impressive. I love guys that have their own style and just kind of go with it. They don't try to be someone else. I respect that.
Who is always late?
I feel like there's never ever one guy that's misses things. I think some of us Euro guys, we don't like to be too early. We hang around more, but in the mornings we're probably not the guys that wake up at 6 a.m.
Why is that?
Good question. I don't know. I think should ask Pasta Kretsch and probably myself about that too. I'm more of a guy that likes to come to practice and then really get dialed in, and then after practice I like to hang around and take care of my body, and like you do a little warm up before obviously, but after that's just kind of how I've always been.
Who needs the most help figuring out what to tip?
Like tip pucks, you mean? Oh no, you mean like on the bill. I would say that most of the guys are pretty generous in this team, so I don't think I can throw anyone under the bus there just yet. No, that's a tough one.
But from a math perspective, like the bill is X, yeah. What do I throw down?
I'll throw JD under the bus there again. I have to. Not because I don't love the guy. It's just, yeah, I'll just say JD because I feel like he's just kind of goes quick about things. So maybe he doesn't really puts his head right into it and like calculates it. He just kind of writes it down quick.
Who's got the best hair?
I see Berge fixing his hair there. He's got the short hair though, so I don't know if I can give it. It's kind of like an easy fix up his hair. I'll probably say Smitty. I think Smitty's got the golden American curls.
If you had to choose one player to be in charge of the dressing room music for the entire season, who would it be?
I say Pasta. He's got the Euro tunes going, so I'll be safe in that department.
If you're going off your diet, you want to cheat, grab some food, what are you grabbing?
Back home, I'll probably grab some pizza. I think I don't love the pizza as much over here. I like those Euro thin crust pizzas. So I think over here, I'll probably just go, especially like here being a lot of Italians, like I'll go grab like a really nice pasta.
Your favorite NHL city to visit?
Well, if I can't pick Boston, maybe Vancouver.
What do you like to do there? Why Vancouver?
I just love the nature surrounding the city there. You used to open your window or like look out from the hotel and you see the mountains right away, which is really cool. And you get the water as well. And I think it's just a very nice city in general. And I've been lucky to have some days off there and exploring it as well. So I think that's part of it.
Who are the best and worst singers on the team?
Worst singers, Pasternak. Still, it's kind of like Timo. Still needs to work on that English a little bit, get dialed in. Best singer, I can say Flingy kind of get the vocal up a little bit. It's probably not good, but it's good because you can see that he thinks it's good.
What's Pasta singing?
It's kind of like, I'll say like I'm right up there. We're Euro. We think we can sing, but we can't. That's just.
Who are the best and worst golfers on the team?
I think Pasta's really good at golf. I'll give Pasta one. I think worst golfer, who did I play with? I think JD, he doesn't play a lot, so I play with JD, and he had a few good drives, but there was a few ones where we had to go sightseeing in the forest as well.
Went home with it. Real motor back of the net. Now scoots up left wing out to center ice over the line. High slot. Left circle. Shoots. He scores! Hampus Lindholm. Bullseye.
Hampus Lindholm played just over 7 minutes in that first period, with the Bruins unable to score. As we take a look at the scoring summary, the Blackhawks with the game's only goal. Mackenzie Entwistle's third of the year, unassisted, 14-29. And the Bruins trailing here in Chicago 1-0. Shots on goal at the end of one in favor of the Blackhawks, 10-7 on the power play. Each team 0 for 1. Joe Murray's got your Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
Tune in to Toucher and Rich every Wednesday morning at 9 as they talk all things Boston hockey with Billy Jaffe. Brought to you by Granite City Electric Supply. Proudly serving customers for 100 years. Visit GraniteCityElectric.com as they celebrate 100 years of service this year.
Are your ankylosing spondylitis or AS symptoms still not under control?
Stairs? No way.
Is your treatment still not working?
Mornings? Moving? No.
Tired of saying no? Talk to your rheumatologist about a different treatment option. Visit confrontas.com. And next time, you may just say,
Why, yes, I will go for that run.
Visit confrontas.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you own a small business, you know the value of time. GetRefunds.com does too. That's why they've made it easy, no matter how busy you are, to apply for the Employee Retention Credit, or ERC. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started, and in less than 8 minutes, see if your business qualifies for ERC assistance. Your business may be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee kept on payroll during COVID-19. GetRefunds.com has already helped clients claim over $3 billion in payroll tax refunds through the ERC, and they may be able to help your business too. There's no upfront charge either. They don't get paid until your business gets its refund. Many businesses believe they won't qualify based off incomplete or outdated information. So don't let this opportunity pass you by, because this payroll tax refund is only available for a limited time. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
Timberline Construction is celebrating 20 years in the commercial construction industry with a special thank you to their team members, clients, and project partners. Timberline Construction. Exceptional. No exceptions.
So here, if you're a plumber, pipe fitter, or in the piping trades, then you need to call my friends at Charles D. Sheehy for any of your piping product needs. Sheehy is proud to work with the region's best life science, biotech, and pharma contractors to help them deliver their projects on time and within budget. Sheehy is driven to deliver.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app. Sports Hub headlines.
NHL scoreboard. The Rangers lead Washington 4-3. The Lightning have a 4-1 lead over the Devils. The Golden Knights lead the Flyers 5-3. Montreal has a 5-4 lead over the Penguins, while Nashville has a 1-0 lead over Detroit. And Ottawa and Edmonton tied at 1. One game already in the books today, though. Carolina 5, Winnipeg 3. The Patriots, they've made a free agent signing today, adding tackle Calvin Anderson from Denver. The team has also re-signed safety Jabril Peppers to a 2-year deal, and they've tendered defensive back Miles Bryant. Jacoby Myers, he's heading to Vegas. It's a 3-year deal worth $33 million. He'll get $21 million guaranteed. The Cowboys, they've acquired Stephon Gilmore from the Colts, and James Bradbury heading back to the Eagles. The Celtics, they're off tonight. They continue their road trip in Minnesota on Wednesday. At the NCAA tournament, Texas A&M Corpus Christi defeated Southeast Missouri State 75-71, while the Red Sox, they continue their spring training, but they lost to Detroit today 6-2. The Bruins, they'll be back at TD Garden on Tuesday, March 21st to celebrate Women in Sports Night, presented by Rapid 7. Grab your seats now to cheer on the Bees as they take on the Senators at 7 p.m. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to secure your spot to all the hard-hitting action. No luck is needed to save on your next oil change. Visit newenglandoilchange.com for a Valvoline Instant Oil Change coupon. Bruins trail Chicago 1-0. I'm Joe Murray. Judd and Bob, they have the second period. Next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealer.
Download free Nugs. Just add the Wendy's app to your phone and get an offer for a free 10-piece with purchase. Yep, it's raining Nugs again. One app, all the... Ow! Wendy's.
Limited time at participating Wendy's. New users only. Account registration required. Terms apply.
Unicare has teamed up with Charlie Coyle, the State Police Association of Mass, the Professional Firefighters of Mass, and the Bruins Radio Network for face-offs for first responders to highlight the mental health resources available to our first responder community. Get details at 985thesportshub.com/first responders.
Looking for versatile equipment you can depend on all year long? What about innovative technologies to improve site safety and efficiency? Or maybe you only need a specialized machine for a short-term rental? No matter what you need, Milton Cat, SciTech Northeast, and Milton Rents have you covered for integrated job site solutions. With locations across Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, we'll be there for your early mornings, overnight shifts, and every time in between.
I'm Dave Rampone, president of Hart Engineering in Cumberland, Rhode Island. We were founded in 1941, and we've been in partnership with the Carpenters Union ever since. We work in biotech and pharmaceutical facilities. The work is very demanding. We use union carpenters because they're productive, professional, and work safely. To win work, we have to be the best at what we do, and the union carpenters make my company the best.
Build your business with the North Atlantic States Carpenters Union. Visit nasrcc.org.
Hey, this is Jake DeBrusque, and I'm teaming up with Shaw's and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate funds and food to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $200 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction. Just like the pros, success in the commercial construction industry requires a strong, smart team with a no-exceptions commitment to excellence. That's why so many high-profile organizations choose Timberline Construction, specializing in ground-up projects, complex renovations, and projects with advanced technical requirements. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction. Exceptional. No exceptions.
Here's another key to why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Free 30-day test drive. Try your tires for 30 days, and if you're not happy for any reason, you can bring them back free of charge. Go to townfairtire.com to see more key reasons why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
And the Bruins try to play give and go. Pasternak didn't receive the pass. Edwinson over the line left side. Cuts out in front. He scores! He was going left to right. Bound to Simon Lina Somar. Blackhawks won, Bruins nothing. And that's the scores. We're about ready to start the second period here at the United Center. If you ask us, Bruins Nation feels like family, and TD Bank is proud to be a part of it. Member FDIC, TD Bank, NA. Bruins working right to left here in the second period, trailing 1-0. And we'll see what sort of response we get here in the middle frame.
Yeah, I think, in trying to clean up some things, maybe they're a little overthinking it. I think guys trying to do a little bit too much. Certainly the turnovers in that first period kind of plagued them a little bit. There weren't a ton of them, but there were enough of them to get your attention. And then they missed the net. They were 5 missed shots, but a couple of them were really good chances, including the 2 that Pavel Zacha had. So, look, whether you're squeezing the stick, you're trying to beat guys one-on-one when you should just dump and chase and maybe get it behind them. There's a time to beat guys one-on-one. There's a time to make plays. But, when you're a little lower in the lineup and you're trying to beat guys and instead of chipping that puck soft off the wall and getting in there on that forecheck and doing what you do best, sometimes that just shows that guys, like I said in the first period, Judd, they care, and they're just, I think, at least from where we sit, that a couple guys trying to do a little bit too much.
And an exit call here on the Blackhawks. So the Blackhawks in their last game, they were down 1-0, but that was a 1-1 game in Tampa until there was 1 minute left in regulation. Braden Point with a snipe, and the Lightning were able to separate.
Well, despite today's outcome, Tampa has really been they've been struggling a little bit here lately. We talked about it, Chad. Tampa's been struggling a little bit. They won 4-1 today over New Jersey. That's a big win for them. But Toronto, they just lost to Buffalo last night. So I think there's a lot of things kind of going into it. And It's not like they've got a 10-game losing streak or something. We're talking about, 2 losses in the last 3 games about the Bruins. There's certainly areas that, even if they do win a game, that they want to clean up.
Bruins skate the puck over the line into the Blackhawks zone, but lose it in the slot. The Blackhawks looking to counter. Somebody's lost the stick behind the play. On the line far side, a chip back of the Bruins net by Kurashev. In to trap it is Grzelcyk, and the puck to Lindholm. He'll wheel up the middle. Hits a seam. Now Pastrnak kicks to the stick over the line left side. Shoots, sailed it over the crossbar, and it's sent out to center ice. That may have been influenced by a Blackhawks body. Puck sizzled to the far side. Bertuzzi couldn't.
He tried to spin off the wall that time. Yeah, it was well played.
And now Lindholm feeds to the center circle. Bertuzzi. He'll twist to the middle. Left it at the high slot. Coyle shoots. Mrazek glove save and holds on.
A bit of a shooting mentality right off the hop here. Pastrnak with one, and then Coyle with another. After the drop pass there from Bertuzzi, quick up in the neutral zone. Gets puck to the net, drive the net.
Jim Montgomery liked what he saw from Charlie Coyle and Trent Frederick on Sunday afternoon in Detroit. Face-off left circle in the Blackhawks end. Coyle will dig down to take it. We're just over a minute into the play here in the second period. Blackhawks with a 1-0 lead. Now Coyle, far side at center ice, able to wrestle it away from Kachuk.
Yeah, had to be strong on the stick there.
On the near side, it's Frederick. He'll skate it over the line. He'll chip to the left corner. Bertuzzi races after it. Finished his check. Near side, the Blackhawks have it. Feed it back of the net. Caleb Jones tries the far side, and out to center ice it comes. With a step over the line, Anderson shoots wide near side. He came over from Toronto in the Lafferty-McCabe trade.
That was influenced by the stick there of Lindholm getting back.
Now along the near side, it's sent into the Bruins zone. Dickinson with a drive. Lindholm got his skate on that. Rimmed over to the left point. Tenorti dusts it off, pounds it down low. Bruins cut it off, flip it over to the near side. Into pinches Connor Murphy. Took a shoulder check, far side. Frederick gets to it, sets it up. And now Lindholm, up right wing, looking for Frederick. Just a little too out in front of him. And it was at the end of his shift. He's going to change. Over the line right side now, Radish. Left it at the right point. Murphy shoots. Blockered aside by Allmark. Up the right side, it's Greer. They'll feed it off the right wing boards, and it goes deep into the Blackhawks end. 17.5 left here in the second. Bruins trailing 1-0. Allmark sets it up behind his net. Flipped over to the far corner. Drilled up right wing. Hathaway's got it. Leaves an area pass. Forbert skates into it. Over the line left side. Drives into the left corner. Left corner now Mitchell. Met there by Nosek. And the Blackhawks scoop it up, and away they come. Now Buddy Robinson, 6'6", will drive it deep into the Bruins zone. He played a couple of seasons of college hockey at Lake Superior, bounced around here in the National Hockey League. Luke Richardson had him in Ottawa when he was an assistant coach there. Now Entwistle, stripped to the puck, got it back far side, spins off a check far side, sent it up to the center point. Mitchell shoots, deflected to the right of Allmark. Shoveled back of the net. Robinson protects. He'll dish it up top. Mitchell, center point.
Long shift for the Bruins fourth line.
Right circle now. Jones around a check. Sent to the right circle. Tap to the right corner. Seth Jones has got it. Near side. Up top to Athanasiou. A long drive. Knocked down. Allmark to save the rebound. Allmark a great stop over at the far post. The net is dislodged.
That's fortunate for the Bruins because they weren't able to get that puck out. Seth Jones keeps it in, but the net is off. And that line needed a change. And it was that Forbert got locked up with one of the Blackhawks down low, and kind of was from both sides that net kind of got pushed off.
Kurashev had a little bit of a look over at the far post.
That's a big save made by Allmark. The right pad, the right leg on the rebound.
Face-off far circle in the Bruins end. Bergeron will dig in to take it. Now he gets kicked out of there, so Marchand's going to have to step in there. Tyler Johnson repositions everybody. Johnson last year had the same surgery Jack Eichel did. Eichel was the first to have it, the disc replacement surgery, and has had no problems since coming back. Bruins win the draw. Here's Marchand center circle. Flips it just inside the Blackhawks line. DeBrusk around to check right of the cage. Sent it toward the front of the net. Mrazek a stick save. Center point. McAvoy collects. Shoots. Deflected. And the rebound backdoor. It just spun behind Grzelcyk. And now it's sent wobbling back into the Bruins end. McAvoy between the rings. Up the middle. Marchand. He'll dart to the middle. Center circle. Flips it over the line right side looking for DeBrusk. Had a stick taken by Dickinson. Bruins get it up top. Left point now Grzelcyk takes a look. Tried to swing it across. They got picked off. Grzelcyk rims it. Back of the net. It's Marchand. He'll scrape it up top. Right point McAvoy. Popping out high is Bergeron. Returns. McAvoy right dot. Right of the cage. Centers. Marchand got a look at it. Mrazek kicks it out. Rebound. Scooped up. Bergeron a bank shot denied. Over at the far post. And it's rolled out to center ice. Grzelcyk settles it.
They're going to try to get fresh bodies out and reload. It's going to be offsides, though.
As they were going to change, that puck was brought in on left wing. 15-16 left here in the second. Bruins down 1-0.
Fans, when planning your next commercial construction project, consult Timberline Construction, a team that will fully embrace your vision and do whatever it takes to make it a reality. Visit TimberlineConstruction.com. Timberline Construction of New England, exceptional, no exceptions.
Face off in front of the Blackhawks bench. Peter Mrazek has been strong here in the early going. 8, 19, and 3 overall. At 369 goals against an 894 save percentage. He took a shot near the throat yesterday in practice and left a little bit early. Along the near side, Zacha swings to the middle. And now Orlov muscled it up the right side. Krejci calmly sent it up the left side, a little behind Lindholm. He'll track back, rifle it in. Mrazek stops it, flips it over the glass. Knocked down by Krejci. Blackhawks come the other way. Athanasiou with a step into the far circle. Centers out in front. And getting a stick on that one. Backdoor was Orlov.
Barely.
Right corner of the Bruins zone. Bruins able to pry it free. Krejci swings up.
All you need, though, is barely in that one.
Zacha over the line. His pass hit Orlov in the hip. With the Bruins making a few changes. Athanasiou over the line. Sent into the slot. Picked off. And the Bruins flip it back between the benches out at center ice. 14-18 left here in the second. Blackhawks 1 and the Bruins nothing. Thanks to a goal by Mackenzie Entwistle. Puck pounded to the near circle in the Bruins zone. Forbert sent it off the end boards, and now here's Coyle. He'll gather some speed. Barrels over the line right side. Bothered by Tkachuk, who tried to poke check it. Sent back of the net. Coyle to Bertuzzi, spun it up top, right point, Clifton fires, and it's gloved by Mrazek, who tried to skate away from the screening. Charlie Coyle will take a timeout. 13:51 left here in the second. Bruins trailing 1-0 here in Chicago on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
And so, for over 100 years, the Oakers Company has been doing it all when it comes to technology in New England, including audiovisual, managed services, infrastructure, cabling, security, electrical, and more. In addition to cabling our Beasley Media Studios, Oakers installed a 75-inch TouchView interactive display panel in our conference room, complete with the PC module and video conferencing accessories. I love drawing up plays on TouchView, and you will too. So get your quote right now at touchview.com to learn more about all the divisions at the Oakers Company. Visit okers.com.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction. Just like the pros, success in the commercial construction industry requires a strong, smart team with a no-exceptions commitment to excellence. That's why so many high-profile organizations choose Timberline Construction, specializing in ground-up projects, complex renovations, and projects with advanced technical requirements. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction. Exceptional. No exceptions.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, Adidas, and all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
Toucher and Rich, morning 6 to 10 on the Sports Hub.
Blackhawks Blackhawks with a 1-0 lead over the Bruins. Just under 14 minutes remaining here in the second period at the United Center. Luke Richardson is beginning his first season as a head coach in the National Hockey League, following a number of years as an assistant in Toronto with the Islanders, the Montreal Canadiens. He's a head coach in the American Hockey League after spending 21 years as a player in the National Hockey League, playing just over 1,400 games and talking to everybody both in the organization and outside of the organization. They have loved the job that he has done here in the first year.
He's a very positive guy. He's had some little bit of experience. He was, interim coach there for the Montreal Canadiens for a bit. When Claude Julien was down on the IR, and everybody expected him to get a job here at some point. Got his work cut out for him, though.
McAvoy, right of the Blackhawks net, sweeps behind to the near circle, shoots. Mrazek, the glove save, and out in front you have Marchand locked up with Seth Jones, and now everybody gets together just behind the Blackhawks net. Brad Marchand trying to draw the Bruins into the fight.
Yeah, he's trying to carve out some space in front of the net against Seth Jones there, and McAvoy's going to throw this puck towards the net, and Marchand's just battling in front for position. DeBrusk is there as well. Mrazek has to make sure he holds on, and there are no rebounds. McAvoy was in there.
Faceoff will be in the near circle, the Blackhawks end. Marchand 20 goals, 55 points on the season. Remember, he started late after going through double hip surgery. Bergeron in for the draw. Everybody asked to reposition on the hash marks. Jake DeBrusk is complaining. Bergeron wins the draw. McAvoy shoots. Blocker saved by Mrazek. And it's sent over to the far side. Grizzly whacked it to the right corner. Marchand carries. Bruins have it. Right circle. Bergeron shoots. Mrazek the save as he shut the 5-hole on a good opportunity by the Bruins captain.
Well, good pressure after winning the draw. He makes a nice blocker save off the stick of Charlie McAvoy, right off the faceoff. And the Bruins are going to recapture this puck after they win a battle in the corner, get it centered out there for Patrice Bergeron. Unfortunately for Bergeron, straight into the Blackhawk emblem.
Faceoff right dot in the Blackhawk zone.
He had to fight that first one off there by McAvoy. That was a good shot.
High blocker along the near side. It's ripped up the middle by the Blackhawks, and speeding over the line is Kurashev. His shot blocked by the Bruins. Played to the far corner. It's Orlov. He'll head north. Gets around Athanasiou. Bounced it out to center ice. Pass was behind Pasternak. He'll chase near corner. Connor Murphy head on a swivel. And the Blackhawks trying to exit. Kurashev ran into some problems at the near point. Bruins trying to dig it free. And now the Blackhawks will knuckle it high back into the Bruins' end. Out at center ice, Zacha will race ahead. Up right wing over the line. It's Krejci to the right circle. His pass across got blocked. Zacha tried to carry it in the right corner and lost it. Pasternak crashes in. That frees the puck for Krejci. Up to the left point. Now Lindholm, right circle, little space. Orlov's pass deflects over to the near side. Now Krejci at the left point. Right circle. Orlov a drive. Mrazek fought it off. That hit him right in the head. And his mask comes popping off. We've got to stop.
That's more like it. You know, nice pass there through the neutral zone. Gets him in the offensive end. And even though the first pass gets blocked, they stay with it. You know, Pasternak throws a big hit behind the net, or a good solid hit behind the net. It's going to free the puck up to the point, and the Bruins go to work. Looking for a couple of those seams. They finally get one. I think that puck ramped up as Orlov took the shot off of the stick of Murphy, who's going out to try to block it, and that got up in a hurry off the mask there of Mrazek.
They saw far circle in the Blackhawk zone. 1-0 to the far circle. Marchand sent it out in front. It didn't get there. He was looking backdoor for Grizzly. Ripped down low by McAvoy. Back of the net. Marchand trying to pull it free. DeBrusk knocked off stride. And a chip to the far corner. He's got it. Far side. Marchand, his pass up top got deflected and out to center ice. McAvoy's got it. Bruins will tag up, drive it in. Mrazek weaves it in the trapezoid. And now the Bruins will start to make some changes. Seth Jones rips it up the left side. Hit his teammate in the skate. Brought back in. Coyle high slot. DeBrusk, his pass never got there. Right circle.
He had Bertuzzi. That's a good defensive play there, getting the stick down. He needed to just elevate that pass. Little short saucer.
Forbert, left point, swings it to the far side. Bruins create a loose puck. Far side, Bertuzzi got it up to the right point. Coyle creates some space. Bertuzzi, left circle now. Forbert, around a check to the slot. Frederick denied by Mrazek, and the rebound he's able to gobble up.
That's much better there for the Bruins. And that setup was, DeBrusk was still on the ice from his shift. He had a great opportunity. Got the pass from Coyle. If he can elevate that pass, he's got Bertuzzi wide open. It's a 2-on-1. But it's knocked away. The Bruins reload quickly, and then Forbert into the left wing circle is going to get this puck right into the middle for Frederick. One shot on the one-timer, second shot on the backhand. Both stopped by Mrazek.
11-12 left here in the second. Bruins down 1-0. Mrazek having a conversation with Kelly Sutherland. I think he's going to head to the bench to have a piece of equipment looked at.
Well, while we have a second, fans, Peerless Boilers is here to assist you with your heat and hot water needs. Don't wait until it's too late and you have a leaking mess. Find your local installer at peerlessboilers.com. And remember, Peerless Boilers, America's best built boilers. He's actually going down to the locker room, Judge. Oh, yeah.
Alex Stalock is going to come into the game. Ice cold, 7-8-1, a 270 goals against, a 920 save percentage.
I don't know if this is equipment related or the fact that he got hit in the head and maybe a spotter and he has to go off. We don't know.
Maybe we'll get an explanation. If it is the spotter, I find it a little interesting because on Sunday afternoon when we were in Detroit, Billy Husso got hit in the head and made a motion where he grabbed his head, but he stayed, completed the game, didn't have to leave the ice whatsoever. So maybe we'll get an explanation on this.
You got a goalie coming in who's cold right now. Don't know how long he's going to be in there. The Bruins have started to apply some pressure. They've started to get some opportunities. I'm sure Jim Montgomery's telling his troops on the bench, and I'm sure the leadership group is saying the same thing. Look, do not stop on this forechecking that we've started to establish this period. We got to keep putting the pucks in the areas we can get to it. If you can carry it in, great. If you can make a play carry it in, yes, absolutely do it. But when it's not there, you've got to get yourself, put that puck in the positions where you can go get to it.
Alex Stalock, he's had a terrific year. 7-8-1, a 270 goals against, a 920 save percentage for the Blackhawks. He's 35 years old. This is his 11th season in the NHL. And his first with the Blackhawks. Face-off left circle. In the Blackhawks end, Stalock doing some stretching.
Yeah, they're giving him a little time here. That was abrupt that he had to get in the nets there.
Nosek will dig down. Bruins win the draw. Up to the left point, Clifton. Long wrist shot, deflected just wide. Greer with the screen. Back of the net, the Bruins recover. Send it into the slot. And out comes Buddy Robinson. Up left wing over the line. Hartman will swing it deep. Back of the net, Forbert. Swept it around to the near side. Didn't get a lot on that. Nosek from his knees able to strip a puck. Along the near side, it's sent back of the Bruins net.
Hathaway with a good finish, and he's looking to take off.
Bruins fired up the right side all the way down. We got an icing call here on the Bruins. 10:42 left here in the second. Blackhawks 1 and the Bruins nothing.
That was a finish on Zaitsev right at the blue line, and he gave him a little extra, making sure he got knocked down to the ice.
Face out near circle in the Bruins end. Entwistle will step in and take it. Alex Stalock, by the way, missed all of the 2021 season after he experienced myocarditis as a complication from COVID.
I just read somewhere today, Sutter from Vancouver is hoping to play again. He's dealt with what's it called?
Long COVID.
Long COVID.
Along the near side, Nosek backhands it to the far corner of his own zone. Clifton draws Hardman to him. Sent it over to the near side. And the Bruins punch it out to center ice. Greer couldn't get it down low. Entwistle send to the center circle. Here's Robinson. Drop and drive to the left point. Mitchell just on the ice into the far circle. A long drive. Tenorti. Stick save made by Allmark. Tenorti. Far hash. And is scooped up by Greer. Got knocked down.
So I wonder if he can get there. It's the end of a shift, though.
Nosek couldn't receive the pass cleanly from Hathaway. Then in the near corner, he got knocked down. And out at center ice, Joey Anderson will drive it into the Bruins zone. Near circle, it's Zacha. Leaves along the near side. Look out. You had Pasternak collide with Lindholm. Both guys go down. 9:44 left here in the second. Bruins trailing 1-0 to the Blackhawks. Up the right side, here's Zacha. Left wing feed. Denied at the blue line. Lindholm one-hands it in. And it's sent to the center circle. Here's Anderson. At the right point, he'll drill it in. Around it comes to the far side. Kara kicks at the puck. Orlov slapped it back of the net. Here's Lindholm. He'll try the left side. Zacha to the middle center circle. Pasternak over the Blackhawks logo. At the right point is passed down low, picked off. And the Blackhawks wrist it out to center ice. Bring it across. Left it at the far point, but Khrushchev, nobody was home. And Krejci's got it. He'll swing to the middle. McAvoy relayed ahead. It's kicked back to McAvoy over the line right side. And the Bruins are offside. 8:55 left here in the second. 1-0 Blackhawks over the Bruins on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. So contact your Honda dealer or shop online today.
Look down at your dashboard. Is that change oil light lit up and giving you a sinking feeling? A fear of being without your car for hours on end and getting overcharged and underserved? That's oil change-anxiety. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car and we change your oil in about 15 minutes. Fight oil change-anxiety at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
From dinner with the crew to an easy evening on the couch, Tito's Handmade Vodka makes for the perfect pair to any weekday plans. Stock up on your must-have mixers and go-to garnishes, and just add Tito's for a cocktail hour that's best served any day of the week. Tito's Handmade Vodka is distilled from corn and is naturally gluten-free. Find recipes and more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. So contact your Honda dealer or shop online today.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston's home for sports is 95 The Sports Hub.
Electrical contractors, get on board the Granite City Electric GCE Night Train. Granite City Electric Supply, celebrating 100 years of service in New England. Visit GraniteCityElectric.com as they celebrate 100 years of service this year. Face-off in front of the Bruins bench. Blackhawks win it. Bruins trailing 1-0. That goal coming in the first period from Mackenzie Entwistle. Now Grizzly fades back, holds onto the puck. Watched by Lucas Reichel. And now here's Bertuzzi over the line left side. Looking back door, sent it out in front. Deflected away by Tenorti.
Good stick by Tenorti. He's playing center field. They're right in front. You know, you had a step going to the net there. Bertuzzi tried to find.
That was Frederick back door. On that opportunity.
But they got through the neutral zone nicely that time. It was with speed.
Grizzly snapped it over the line right side. Teed up by Coyle, and the shot. Stalock takes it off the shoulder, and it rims all the way back into the Bruins zone.
Yeah, I'd have to see that again, but hard pass across, catches the Blackhawks in line change. You don't see many slap shots being taken anymore, but Coyle unleashed that one. Not sure if he missed the net or Stalock got a piece.
Orlov back of the net, feeds over to the far side. DeBrusk got it. Gets out of the way of Orlov. And now it's controlled by the Blackhawks, sent over to the near side and drilled to the neutral zone. Backhanded over the line by Johnson. Far side sent out in front, and Olmark made the stick save, had a problem corralling the rebound. Then he did. And we've got a face-off coming in the Bruins zone.
Fans, for every goal the Bruins score this season, Tito's Handmade Vodka will donate $100 to the Animal Rescue League of Boston, up to $10,000.
Face off in the left circle in the Bruins end. Shots this period 10-5 in favor of the Bruins. But still looking to try and tie the game at 1. Puck drilled in by the Blackhawks, slowed by Ullmark. Far corner, it's drilled around by Orlov. Sent to the near side, out in front. It never got to Ullmark. Now Marchand, dish to the middle. 2-on-1, DeBrusk over the line with Orlov into the left circle. DeBrusk shoots. He hit the outside of the far post, and this puck goes off the surface.
Yeah, post or crossbar. He let this shot go. Orlov flying down the right. DeBrusk flying down the left. Passing lane taken away. DeBrusk tries to take this shot. And this puck right off the crossbar and out. Trying to go high glove, far side.
DeBrusk on Sunday afternoon.
We had a few pipes on a Sunday afternoon as well, actually, for both teams.
A ton. Sounded like the phone was ringing. DeBrusk collected his 20th of the season, the third time he has hit that number in his career. He used his patented scoop and score.
It was. I like that shot.
Bruins keep the puck in high slot off the faceoff win, and they give it away. Here's a breakaway chance. Wheeling into the slot is that Wessel. Backhand wide. As McAvoy came back to pester him.
He tried to make a move to the backhand and put it off his own skate.
Look at Zacha exploding into the left circle. Shoots. Stalock the save way out of the net to challenge. The rebound. Skitters behind the net. Far corner Krejci couldn't pull it free. And now the Blackhawks will skate it up right wing and get it out to center ice. Entwistle brings it in to the right hash. He stops. The Blackhawks changing up top. Tenorti with a shot. Ullmark makes himself big, makes the save. Robinson drives it off a leg, back of the net. Hardman protects, sent it off the side of the cage. And Ullmark will freeze it with 6:32 left here in the second. 1-0 Blackhawks.
Well, a terrific burst of speed that time. You know, after Entwistle had the breakaway, he tried to go D to D out by the blue line. He knocks it down. He's off to the races. And he tries to make a move. He's a right shot. He's trying to go from forehand to backhand. He actually kind of loses it and then doesn't really get a good backhand away, sliding it wide. And the Bruins right back the other way with speed by Zacha. And I'll tell you what, Stalock way out. Kind of looked like Mrazek earlier in the game.
That's the way Stalock likes to play. He'll be all over the track, and he will challenge. Near side, Zaitsev shoots just wide. Good screen. Left point, Kachuk rims it. It squirts over to the near side. Zaitsev sent it out in front. Ullmark couldn't corral it. Forward briefly lost his stick. Gets it back. Kara shoveled it up top. Now a long shot by Mitchell. Missed the target. And dug out of there by Bertuzzi. He'll flip it out to center ice. Frederick relayed up left wing. Bertuzzi racing after it. And the Blackhawks fire it to the center circle. Coyle directs back to his own line. Forward. Up the middle, Bertuzzi into the high slot. Fed it over to the far side. The pass picked off. And now the Blackhawks almost gave it away in the slot.
Frederick had a chance there, and he kind of overskated it.
Puck sent deep into the Bruins zone. Blackhawks are changing. 5.5 left here in the second. Bruins trailing 1-0 here in Chicago. Stalock rips it up the near side out to center ice. Lindholm had it hop by him. Tracks back, got it ahead. Flipped safely out to center ice. Drilled back in by Seth Jones. Led around to the far side. The Bruins will try left wing. And here's Lindholm slowly ahead. The Blackhawks fade back to the red line as Marchand shovels it deep. Stalock out to play it. Jabbed it over to the near side. Marchand cut it off. Let it up top. Lindholm rink wide. Stopped by Orlov. Back to Lindholm left point. Shoots. Deflected. They score! I think Hampus Lindholm got it himself at the left point. Shot it into some traffic in the slot. It finds its way just inside the far post. Bruins 1, Blackhawks 1.
Jake DeBrusk was there, but I do think it might have gone off the skate of Seth Jones or the left leg of Seth Jones in front of the net. So a little D to D, back to D out at the point. Wrist this puck towards the net. Jones trying to prevent DeBrusk from getting there, and I believe it goes off the left leg of Jones because you look out at DeBrusk. DeBrusk points at Lindholm.
If it's Lindholm's goal, that would be his 9th. And it would tie him with Charlie McAvoy on the team for points among defensemen with 43. Bruins in a 1-1 tie with 5 minutes among defensemen with 43. Bruins in a 1-1 tie with 5 minutes left in the second.
Couldn't tell if it was DeBrusk, but Lindholm went through the pile first there, and he pointed. DeBrusk looked like he pointed at Lindholm, but we'll see who gets it.
Puck slammed around to the near side, left point held in by Grzelcyk, high slot. Krejci dips to the top right wing circle, bangs it back to the net. Bruins going to work again. Bruins have carried the play this period and finally able to break through on Alex Stalock, who just had to come into the game after Peter Mrazek exited. We're not exactly sure why. Puck flipped over to the near side in the Bruins zone. Both teams making some changes. Here's Grzelcyk. He'll collect behind his net. He's got McAvoy to his left, feeds it to him. Now near circle, McAvoy chips off the glass and out to center ice. Marchand couldn't reach it. Entwistle, left wing, back into the Bruins zone. Robinson, watched by McAvoy. Scraped it back in the cage. Right corner, Hardman swung it around to the far side. Robinson had his feet taken out. He and McAvoy collided. And Bergeron tracks back. He'll pound it up right wing out to center ice. Nice poke check by Grzelcyk. Bruins have a 3-on-2. Now DeBrusk, right circle. The pass was behind Bergeron.
Yeah, DeBrusk trying to get that puck over to Bergeron and drive to the net.
Now high slot. Anderson with a drive. Deflects to the left point. Caleb Jones cranks it behind the cage. Caleb and his brother Seth, both born in Arlington, Texas. Back of the net. Kachuk drives it out in front. Through the goal mouth. They score. It's Joey Anderson off the near post. Blackhawks 2 and the Bruins 1.
Now throwing this puck in front of the net from the right side of Allmark. They come behind the net. They try to win a battle, the Blackhawks 2, and throw this puck. Ends up getting all the way across through the crease to Anderson, who's there, but it's good work down below the goal line. And then coming across on the backhand, good second effort that time to get that puck in front by Kachuk. And it's Anderson who chips it home.
So each team with the goal this period. Bruins back down by 1 with 3:25 remaining here in the second. Now Coyle chips it to the center circle. Here's Murphy. Guides it to the far corner. Orlov's on it. He'll pound it over to the near side. Lindholm. Left wing lead. Kick to the center circle. Frederick over the line. He's had some looks. And Frederick complaining. Why was there an offside call? He was on the blue line when Bertuzzi tried to bring it in. We'll take a timeout. 3:09 left here in the second. Bruins trailing the Blackhawks 2-1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
Hey, DQ fans, do you ever want both onion rings and fries? Well, we have the answer. The Chicken Strip and Fry Rings Basket. Oh, get 2 of our legendary sides in one meal. Only at participating DQ locations. Happy tastes good.
When you're headed to the Garden this season, take everyone out to the game in a Ford SUV. Your New England Ford dealers have a full lineup of SUVs, including Bronco Sport, with its iconic styling and standard 4x4 capability. And Explorer, with an adjustable interior that offers comfort for your crew, plus enough space for all that hockey gear. Check out all the great Ford SUV offers at buyfordnow.com. Your New England Ford dealers are a proud partner of your Boston Bruins.
At the 98.5 The Sports Hub Studios and beyond, IBEW Local 103 and Nika.
Jake DeBrusk's goal here in the second period. And with those helpers and those fees, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for Families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Well, They must have changed it then because they gave it to Lindholm here in the arena from Marchand and Orlov.
They changed it again. High slot. The drive by Nosek off a leg and into the near circle. Scooped up by Greer. Hits the break. Swings it back to the net. Hathaway leaves it left corner now for Nosek. Skates up to the left point. Backhand to the right point. Orlov catches. Drives it down low. Bruins digging away. Back of the net. It's sent over to the near side. Hathaway lost it. Recovers. Back of the net now Lindholm. Lindholm digging away. Nosek, right corner. Snapped it up top. Orlov shoots. Deflected just wide of the far post.
Greer looking for the deflection.
And the puck is sent off the surface. 2.5 minutes left here in the second. Blackhawks in front 2-1.
Well, it's a good fourth line shift, though. Trying to, a couple games ago, they were really good against the Red Wings. Not quite as good. Not, they dipped a little bit the second game against the Red Wings. I thought Hathaway was good, but I thought, maybe just not quite there. But they weren't alone in that game. But this game, that's a good shift by that line. Hemming the Blackhawks in. Rotating it low to high. Winning some battles down behind the net.
Bergeron kicked out of the faceoff in the right circle of the Blackhawks end. The Blackhawks moving in front. Joey Anderson is 4th overall. From Kachuk at 16:32. So the Bruins, the tie lasted just over a minute and a half. Now Marchand, a stick lift, got it free, jammed up top. Here's McAvoy, center point. Shoots, deflected just wide. Marchand recovers. Right hash. Marchand had it pushed off his stick. McAvoy recovered, then lost it. And it's sent to the middle. Might have a breakaway chance here for Radish on his backhand. Locked up. Hallmark the save as Grizzly came back. Bruins working the other way. Here's DeBrusk. Charges over the line high slot. Angles left. Sent it out in front. Stalock stick save. Couldn't corral the rebound. Radish shoveled it behind his net. And now gets a return feed from Seth Jones. He'll scramble up to the center circle. Angles right over the Bruins line. Almost put himself offside. Right corner, it's Forbert. Didn't backhand it up the right wing boards. Scooped up by Radish. Bruins bounce it ahead 2-on-1. Over the line, here's Pasternak. Pasternak over the line. Caught, centered. And he never got the pass cleanly over to Krejci. Puck sent deep into the Bruins zone. Back to get it is Forbert. Dish to the near corner. Zacha. He drills it up the middle. Pasternak's going to race for it. Stalock comes back. He has to play it.
There's good hustle there from Entwistle to get back and disrupt that attempted 2-on-1.
Entwistle brings it across. Then he turned it over at the blue line. Here's his step for Pasternak over the line. Into the right circle.
Puck wouldn't settle for him.
Now he's got it. Right hash. Shoots. Sails over to the near corner. Bounces off the shelf. Lindholm glove. Up top it comes. His pass. Pasternak tried to go to the far point. Finds neutral ice. Bruins reload. Pasternak swings it in. Took a hit from his former teammate Jarrett Tenorti. Bruins change. 43 seconds left in the second. Bruins trailing 2-1. Puck sent up the left side. Out at center ice, turned over. Frederick brings it in after the Bruins tag up. Chip to the left corner, Bertuzzi. Sent it out
Frederick
in front.
keeps going there. That's a good give and go.
And out at center ice, Bertuzzi drags it back in his own zone. Orlov stops behind his net, sent it up the middle for Lindholm. Bounced it over the line for Bertuzzi. Seth Jones scrambles over. Overskated, sent out in front. Frederick shoots, he scores! Tyler Bertuzzi able to get it out in front. Trent Frederick stayed with it, jammed it home. And the Bruins have tied the game at 2 with 11 seconds left in the second.
Well, it's a battle won by Bertuzzi. Right, we talk about winning some of those battles and then other players getting to the net. Bertuzzi's going to win this battle in the right wing circle. And then it's Frederick getting good body position and stick position, getting to the front of the net. I don't think Seth Jones was overly happy about it, but he's got his complaining to the referee, but no call. And Frederick gets the position on Murphy going to the front of the net and chips this one home.
For Trent Frederick, that's his 14th goal of the season.
The second assist with Bertuzzi. Those are the types of plays he can make right there.
Face off center circle. So the Bruins have rallied from a couple of deficits. Here's DeBrusk over the line with 8. Flips to Marchand, a backhand, and Stalock takes it into the midsection and holds with 5 seconds left. Faceoff will take place in the right circle of the Blackhawks end. They have changed the goal back to Lindholm, by the way, as you mentioned. So it's Lindholm's 9th from Orlov at 14:58.
I think they got that right.
Face off right circle with 5 seconds left. Bergeron out to take it. A little early movement from the Blackhawks. Neither sentiment kicked out. Bergeron wins it. Left point, Grizzly. Holds, shoots, Stalock to save it. Squirts just by. Marchand couldn't get to it in time. And the horn sounds to close out the middle frame. So in that second period, the Bruins scored twice, the Blackhawks once. At the end of 2 periods here at the United Center. Bruins 2, Blackhawks 2. Beers and I will bring you back for the second intermission in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
At Milton Cat, our business is supporting your business with quality equipment, parts, and service. Visit MiltonCat.com today to learn why we've been the Northeast's trusted equipment dealer for over 60 years.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value Brand.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
GP makes global possible.
Hi, I'm Bruce Sambrovich, VP of Talent Acquisition at Drift. Global expansion is a must for an enterprise company like ours, but setting up a branch takes time. With GP, we can grow anywhere in the world, so opportunities turn into reality faster.
With the industry-leading global employment platform, GP makes it easy to find, hire, and build great teams anywhere in the world in days instead of months. GP, global made possible. Visit g-p.com.
Get the official NHL app to watch, read, and listen to all the deeks.
All I can say is absolutely wow.
All the sauce. All the saves. All the hits. All the snipes. All the sellies. All the hockey. If it's hockey, it's here. Listen to every NHL game for free, now with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Download the official NHL app now.
From dinner with the crew to an easy evening on the couch, Tito's handmade vodka makes for the perfect pair to any weekday plans. Stock up on your must-have mixers and go-to garnishes, and just add Tito's for a cocktail hour that's best served any day of the week. Tito's handmade vodka is distilled from corn and is naturally gluten-free. Find recipes and more at Tito'sVodka.com. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Granite City Electric Supply is proud to be celebrating 100 years of service in New England communities. With over 30 branches serving electrical contractors and their exclusive GCE Night Train overnight delivery, they've built their business on enduring relationships and delivering your supplies. More importantly, Granite City Electric customers always have access to over $50 million of local inventory at the click of a mouse or a tap of their finger. Visit GraniteCityElectric.com and celebrate 100 years with them.
Hi, I'm Patrice Bergeron. I've teamed up with Avidia Bank for Assist for Kids. Avidia donates $25 every Boston Assist up to $30,000. And my Patrice's spouse also donates $7,000 to help Metro West youth pay for hockey. Get details at avidiabank.com/giving. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for the best deal on Falcon tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey, this is Rich for VA New England. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only non-military member of my family. My father was in Vietnam. I have an uncle who was a POW, grandfather, cousins. I've seen firsthand their sacrifices, and because they've given the best, they deserve the best. If you or a family member served honorably for 2 years or more, you are eligible for benefits from VA New England, including health care, disability, home loans, and the GI Bill. To learn more, go to vacares.us or call 844-VA-CARES, or just download the VA New England app in the App Store.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Welcome back to Chicago. After 2 periods, the Bruins and Blackhawks are tied up at 2. We're joined downstairs by Matt Grzelcyk. Grizz, you guys were trailing 1-0 there after 1. You guys got a couple goals there in that second period. Was there anything that kind of fundamentally changed for your team that you wanted to improve on?
Yeah, I think we just want to play with more of an attack mentality there. Didn't like our start. It's been a common theme the last couple games, and obviously we need to correct that. So just being mentally prepared and, respecting our opponent a little bit. Obviously they lost a few guys at the deadline, but got a lot of young guys trying to prove themselves, and they're playing really hard out there. And good structured game. They're moving pucks quick, and we need to get back to more of that mentality.
When you do put that puck behind their defenseman, it certainly looked like you tried to do that a little bit more, at least a couple of your lines, and really work on that forecheck. Where can you go on the attack there?
Yeah, I think, like you said, that obviously sets up the rest of the shift. The forwards are doing a good job working, trying to get a load high, trying to get a lot more pucks and bodies to the net there. And it's a little cliche, but I think a lot of good comes from that, create a little bit of chaos, and then our skill takes over.
A lot of things being talked about. Last question for you, but you guys have lost 2 out of your last 3 games. You're trying to correct a few things. What has to go right for you here, other than what you kind of already talked about, to win in the third period?
I think we're just going to, continue to make plays, but at the right time. And, we don't have a play in front of us. They're doing a good job of kind of sitting back and taking away our options. We got to, wear out the back of the net and go, win pucks in the forecheck.
Perfect, Grizzy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the GP Intermission Show with their #1 global employment platform. GP makes it easy to find, hire, and build great teams anywhere in the world in days instead of months. Go to g-p.com. The Bruins had 7 shots on goal in that first period, but they went to work on the forecheck, as you mentioned there with Matt Grzelcyk, had 16 shots and peppered the Blackhawks in that second.
Yeah. Well, they peppered 2 goaltenders in that period, right? I mean, you had Mrazek leave, and we still don't know the reason for it. We're assuming it's concussion protocol, but you also had Stalock come in. I just thought that they did a better job getting through the neutral zone, and you catch Chicago kind of back on their heels a little bit. They went to work a little bit more on the forecheck, worked that puck low to high, worked that defense, that group. Look, they're trying to be structured through the neutral zone, Chicago is. They know how they have to play. And it wasn't perfect by any means, for the Bruins standpoint. I mean, you give up a breakaway to Entwistle, you give up another breakaway to Radish, or a partial breakaway anyhow. So things got a little up and down in that period. A couple turnovers here and there, but I just thought that the Bruins were a little more focused and determined. Matt Grzelcyk, you just heard him say we didn't like our start, and they wanted to, come out with a second period with a little bit more sense of urgency and not take your opponent as lightly maybe as they did. And that's always an issue, I believe, at this juncture of the season. Chicago's not going anywhere. They're in a complete rebuild. They got 6 first-round picks in the next 3 years. I mean, they've stockpiled picks. That's the direction they're going. The Bruins are built for now, and they've already built it for now because, where you are in the standings. So these teams that can play they're kind of, I'm not going to say Blackhawks are loose, but there's no pressure on them. And not that there's pressure on the Bruins this second, but they can play the way that they want to. You just mentioned earlier in the period, Judd, that they had a very close game going against Tampa until the very end. So, I mean, low scoring, trying to take away some of those goals against that have plagued them this year and get some timely goals of their own. And they got a greasy one there in the second period to make it 2-1.
Peter Mrazek was outstanding. He stopped all 16 shots he faced, but he had to exit the game. We think it may have had to do with taking a shot in the face off his mask from Dmitry Orlov, and the Bruins scored twice on Alex Stalock.
That was a good pressure shift that the Bruins had, and that shot came from the right wing dot by Orlov. It was a hard one. He can fire it, and it knocked his mask off, and you could see he was in some discomfort. He stayed in the game, and he actually made a couple really good saves on Trent Frederick. Frederick had a chance right in the slot, 2 chances right in the slot, back to back. And it was after that, the next whistle, I believe that he departed the game, went right down to the locker room, and Stalock had to get the equipment on, or get the gloves on, the helmet on, or the mask on, and get himself out there. And you could see him in between during a commercial timeout. He went back over the bench, which the goalies usually do, but he was taping up fingers and doing some different things. He didn't have time to do that when he had to get right in there. So tough for him to go in cold. And the Bruins are pressing. And so that's, I think that you hope that the goal that the Bruins score late, Frederick, nice greasy goal by Frederick going to the net after Bertuzzi wins a battle in the right wing circle against a good defenseman in Seth Jones and is able to center that puck for Frederick, who's going to the net and outmaneuvers Murphy getting there, gets a stick on the ice, gets body position, stick position, and is able to kind of pitchfork that puck through Stalock off the pass from Bertuzzi.
Scoring summary thus far here in the game. Mackenzie Entwistle got it started with his third unassisted at 14:29. In the second, Hampus Lindholm tied it with his ninth from Dmitry Orlov at 14:58. Blackhawks responded at 16:32. Joey Anderson hits fourth from Boris Kachuk and Caleb Jones, but with 12 seconds left in that second period, Trent Frederick notches his 14th from Tyler Bertuzzi and Hampus Lindholm to square the game up at 2. Shots on goal at the end of 40 minutes in favor of the Bruins, 23-20 on the power play. Each team 0 for 1. Music of the game, it's brought to you by Live Nation. .com. Joe Murray has your Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on select essential accessories plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Are your ankylosing spondylitis or AS symptoms still not under control?
Stairs? No, no way.
Is your treatment still not working? Mornings? Moving? No. Tired of saying no? Talk to your rheumatologist about a different treatment option. Visit confrontas.com. And next time, you may just say, "Why, yes, I will go for that run." Visit confrontas.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Hey, it's Big Jim Murray. Are you finding water in your basement from this week's rain? Don't just call anybody. You need the best. My guy, Mike Albert at Premier Basement Waterproofing, 844-LIVE-DRY, or premierbasement.net. It's game over for water.
How Boston continues to grow its proud sports heritage, brought to you by Coastal Heritage Bank. The pro hockey and basketball seasons are hitting full stride, and teams are managing key players and supporting role contributors' playing times to achieve maximum results in the pursuit of championships. At Coastal Heritage Bank, they offer many ways to manage your money, from personal banking from A to Z to auto loans to Zelle, the safe and easy way to move money, plus online and mobile capabilities that make banking simple. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com. Sports Hub headlines.
Finals in the NHL today. It was Carolina over Winnipeg 5-3. The Rangers 5-3 over Washington, while the Lightning got a 4-1 win over New Jersey. The Golden Knights 5, Flyers 3, and Montreal got a 6-4 win over Pittsburgh. Underway, it's the Nashville Predators 2, Red Wings nothing. And Ottawa, they trail Edmonton 3-2, while Calgary and Arizona tied at 1. Vancouver is a 2-0 lead over Dallas. Some NFL news today. Jacoby Myers heading to the Vegas Raiders. It's a 3-year, $33 million deal It includes $21 million guaranteed. The Patriots have made a free agent signing today, adding tackle Calvin Anderson. He is from Denver. At the NCAA tournament, Texas A&M Corpus Christi over Southeast Missouri State, 75-71. And the play-in game underway right now. Pitt leads Mississippi State 35-34 at halftime. Get all the latest Bruins news, team updates, access to ticket offers and promotions, and more delivered straight to your inbox by signing up for the official newsletter of the Boston Bruins. Head to bostonbruins.com/newsletter to sign up today. Bruins and Chicago, they're all even at 2 after 2 periods. I'm Joe Murray, Judd and Bob. They have the third period next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealer.
Download free Nugs. Just add the Wendy's app to your phone and get an offer for a free 10-piece with purchase. Yep, it's raining Nugs again. One app, all the Wendy's.
Limited time at participating Wendy's. New users only. Account registration required. Terms apply.
Hey, this is Jake DeBrusque, and I'm teaming up with Shaw's and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors initiative will donate funds and food to end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $200 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation will be enabling a donation of $100 every time we feed the puck for a goal to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
You ain't seen nothing.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight. Like the Ford F-150 or the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger pickups. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. There's a great selection in stock and ready for delivery today. Based on 1977 to 2022 calendar year total sales.
Remember college? 5-Hour Energy got you through. The energized feeling you relied on back then still works today. Rediscover 5-Hour Energy. It'll get you through again. Visit 5hourenergy.com.
Bruins hockey is back, and 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network are proud to welcome the following partners. A Video Bank. They've teamed up again this season with Patrice Bergeron for Assists for Kids to help Metro West area youth hockey players with the high cost of hockey with new gear and funds. A Video Bank. Honest to goodness, member FDIC, member DIF. DQ and the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Served with fries, Texas toast, and your favorite dip. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good. Thank you from the home of the Bruins. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
This is a black and gold flashback.
Pocket from behind the goal. Sets it back up side of the circle to Oates. Adam, Ellick, shot, save, score! Pocket! Lines it around the wall. Ellick pinned it off at the pass. McElwain has got him jammed up in the corner. Ellick emerges. Got Tocchet in front. Rick scores! Rick Tocchet has scored! And the Bruins lead 3-1. Ellick in the corner to out from the slot. Tocchet, hat-trick! Hat-trick, Rick Tocchet!
Look out, here goes the Hats. What a pass by Ellick. Tocchet one-timed it. The former Penguin a hat trick. Great job by Rick Tocchet. That was March 14th, 1996. Rick Tocchet with 3 third-period goals for his 13th career hat trick. His first as a Bruin, and a 4-2 Boston win over the Penguins at the Fleet Center. Both teams back on the ice. We're about ready to start the third period here in Chicago. Bruins 2 and the Blackhawks 2. The Bruins, the best third period team in the league, plus 50. And even though the Blackhawks are near the bottom of the standings in the NHL, when they are tied heading into the third period, 8, 5, and 3.
No, look, they could surprise some people. They're a different team, though, from the one that, you get used to seeing. Something I should have added in between periods as well. Chicago kind of playing for jobs, right? I mean, you got guys that are playing for jobs. I mean, if it's not going to be in Chicago, it's going to be somewhere else. There's always somebody watching. You kind of taught that at a young level, right? When you first come in, there's always somebody watching. If it's not going to work out here, then you want it to work out somewhere else. You want to get another opportunity somewhere. And, you know, the people that scout games don't stop coming to games just because the trade deadline's over. They're looking for next year now.
And the Blackhawks at some point have to reach the salary floor next year. They're going to have to hand somebody some money to get to that point. Which goes to your point about contracts. Bruins working left to right to begin this third period. Here's Johnson. He'll scamper over the line. Feeds in the middle, picked off by McAvoy. He'll escape a check and head north. Up left wing to Marchand. Took a check from Dickinson. The Bruins then rifle it in. DeBrusk gets there first. Takes a look. Back of the net now, DeBrusk. One of the Blackhawks lost his stick. Marchand trying to jab it free. Along the near side, it's Marchand. Brushed it up top. McAvoy smacked a backhand to the right corner. Now Seth Jones tries the right side. This puck stays on the blue line.
Yeah, I think it came out.
And that's the indication from the referee. I don't think Bergeron, he didn't get the indication. He's telling the referee, you got to tell me. And we've got an offside call here. 39 seconds into the third, 2 apiece.
So Stalock stays in the net here. I'm talking to some people here in between periods. They felt that Mrazek may have gone to the referee himself and pulled himself. Some people thought it was equipment. It's obviously not equipment. So it was either concussion spotter or he pulled himself. And if we don't even know if that was the injury or not. You know, it could have been something completely different because he stayed in and made a couple of saves.
He did. The save you mentioned on Trent Frederick, 3-on-2 coming the other way. Here's Kachuk, long drive, blocked by Lindholm, who stepped up. And now Lindholm has it back of the net. He's got a goal and an assist tonight. Had it poke check. Drew Jarkera sent it to the far side. Bertuzzi coming down low. He'll lob it out to center ice. And actually this winds up on the Bruins bench. We have a stop.
Fans, Moderna is growing in Norwood and Burlington. And they have new high-intensity roles in QA, QC, and manufacturing. If you want to help create personalized cancer vaccines, go to modernacareers.com/MA.
Face-off right circle in the Bruins end. 18:58 left here in the third, 2 apiece. Bruins are off to Winnipeg after this. Thursday game, 7:30 pregame, 8 o'clock puck drop in Manitoba. Far side at center ice. The Blackhawks will dish it back into their own zone. Quick up for Lucas Reichel. Stripped of the puck. This is only his 11th game of the season for the 20-year-old. Along the near side, here's Greer. Motors over the line on right wing. One hand's into the right corner. Gets around Mitchell. Got it back of the net. Hathaway sent it around to the far side. Then back of the net. Here's Greer. Greer hits the brakes. Wearing out the back of the net.
Matt Grzelcyk said that in between periods. Wear out the back of the net. Especially with this fourth line, Judge.
Here's Greer.
It starts with a soft chip into the corner. You go and you establish your forecheck.
Our corner now, Kurashev. Took a check, thrown aside by Hathaway. Sent out to the far circle. Kicked over to the near side. Clifton at the right hash. Holds. Bothered along the near side by Reichel. Hathaway back of the net now, right at the cage. Greer a jam shot. Never got cleanly to Stalock. Right point, Clifton to the high slot. Nosek fed it into the right corner. Hathaway back of the cage. Drilled it around. Forward reaches out. Couldn't control it.
Reload.
Bruins do that. Clifton, the only guy left on.
They all needed to get a change. Both teams.
Clifton golfs it in. And now Tenorti tries the far side. His backhand finds neutral ice. Grzelcyk, who just hopped on, ripped it ahead. And the Bruins turn it over. Brought back in by Hartman. He's been playing most of the season this year in Rockford. This is his first game for the Blackhawks this season. Up the middle now, Pasternak. Gives on left wing, Lindholm. Returns, Pasternak out in front. Couldn't receive the pass cleanly.
Good look from Lindholm.
Zaka up top, Lindholm reaches out, just keeps it in. Right point, Orlov holds, feeds to the right circle. High cycle now, Pasternak. Wrapped it into the right corner. Krejci bumps off a check, back of the cage, feeds left circle. And Zaka shoots, he scores! I think that went off some of the traffic out in front. We'll see if it goes to Zaka. That ties his career high, and the Bruins move in front 3-2 over the Blackhawks.
Yeah, it's definitely Zaka's goal, and it actually is going to go off a skate in front of the net. I think that was Tenorti's right skate that it goes off of. He's parked in front trying to take away the pass to Pasternak, but gets a little bad luck there as it ricochets off of his skate. Zaka's looking backdoor for Pasternak. But another good ship in the offensive zone. Krejci, good work below the goal line. and then puts this puck into the base of the left wing circle, and he tries to center it. Zacha does. He's already in pretty good position, but unfortunately for him, a little bad luck because that puck was off his skate in.
So the Bruins in front for the first time here tonight. They were down 1-0 and 2-1. Here's Kara. He'll skate it over the Bruins line, far side, hits the brakes. High slot. Long shot by Caleb Jones, blockered aside by Allmark. And the Bruins rifle it to the center circle. 16.5 remaining here in the third. Bruins with a 3-2 lead. They'll chip it ahead along the near side. Coyle trying to get command, cannot. Kachuk, left circle, hits the brakes, sprays some snow. Left point, Caleb Jones, pumps it down low. Kara protects, bottom near circle. Backhands it up top. Seth Jones shoots. Omar takes it in. Left a rebound, trying to scoop it up. They battle for it near the blue paint. It's still free, right of the cage, fired. Omar is down. That shot blocked. They score. Blackhawks just working hard. Got a loose puck with Omar down and out. Bruins 3, Blackhawks 3.
Yeah, that's just a huge pileup down around the front of the net. That initial shot came through from the point, and it was through a screen. So Omar can't find that puck. He's trying to, but he can't hold on to it. He's trying to cover it. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 players around the front of the net. And finally, it's going to be Radish who's able to chip it home, as nobody can get themselves back in a position. Just not being denied for Radish and the Blackhawks down low, and eventually he gets the bounce.
For Radish, that's his 4th goal in as many games. And the Bruins lead short-lived. 16:05 left here in the third. And the trees are wild. Caleb Jones sent it up left wing, back into the Bruins zone. Lifton cut it off, shoveled it back of the net. Forbert drills it up the left side. Marchand blew a tire trying to hit the brakes. Hopefully he's okay. He is slow to get back up. And now Bergeron with it. Marchand's going to change.
He went to turn to receive this pass, and he kind of lost his balance and went into the boards back first. Kind of his upper back and head. That could be, his legs got twisted up as well. And we've seen, players here recently, they get those legs twisted up. He's actually flexing his legs. I thought maybe it was his back, but I think he got his leg twisted underneath him.
Just recently, Svechnikov, now he's done for the season.
That looked harmless.
Steven Stamkos went down the other day.
Another harmless
play. A whole lot.
Or it looked like it anyhow.
Face-off far circle in the Blackhawks zone. Krejci digs down. Bruins got a scare in their last game when Brandon Carlo went speeding into the end boards. That was early in the first period. Stayed on to finish the game. And he's a healthy scratch here today. Along the near side at center ice, jammed at by Pastrnak. Controlled by Dickinson. He'll rip it off a leg and over the Bruins bench.
To go off a leg, because otherwise that would be a delay of game, but they're saying it went off of somebody.
15:25 left here in the third, 3 apiece.
That's a conversation right now for the NHL. The over-the-glass delay of game penalty, and they're wondering if it should be reviewed. They're discussing that right now down in the GM meetings.
And I think the bigger picture is, can they, based on replay, use the technology to make sure they get calls right? That's one of them.
And there's some discussion, okay, should the league step in and decide whether it should be replayed, or should that be a coach's challenge? There's a lot of moving parts right now.
Left point, Lindholm shoots out in front. It got blocked. And Krejci couldn't deliver a shot. He's the guy who stopped the puck. Out at center ice, the Bruins reload. Pastrnak brings it in. Right point. Shoots blocked. Rebound to Lindholm, far hash. Poke checked. And it's scooped up by Athanasiou. He'll drive it up the middle all the way down. Apparently, somebody touched this. No icing here as the Bruins guided ahead. Zacha over the line to Pastrnak, right circle. Shoots. Stalock to save. As Pastrnak tried to sneak it under the right arm.
He's had a couple looks coming down the right side, Pastrnak has, and a little stutter step, try to open up a lane for himself to take that shot, get the defenseman to bite and open up the legs and use the defenseman as a screen. That time he actually got it around the left leg to get this shot away.
Pasternak with a secondary assist on the Zacha goal. So give him now 89 points. He's fourth in the league in scoring coming in. Bruins win the draw. Left point now Grizzly. Shot it into the slot. Deflected. And Stalock the save. Puck sent over to the near side. Wristed ahead by Dickinson. Johnson's pass broken up at the red line. Bergeron's got it. Now DeBrusk races in. Going wide to the right circle. Sent it out in front. Stalock the save. There's a rebound. Stalock keeps it out of there, as he was down with the two-pad stack over at the near post.
Good to see Brad Marchand out on the ice here. That's a good burst of speed by Jake DeBrusk coming down the right side. His off wing. Well, he plays the right wing, but he's a left shot coming down the right side with speed. And that's not an easy, you got to angle well when you're kind of flat-footed that time, as Caleb Jones was, and he's able to kind of angle DeBrusk and not let him get to the front of the net.
Face-off near circle in the Blackhawks end. Right circle now McAvoy shoots just wide.
Wouldn't miss by much.
Bruins hold it in. Far circle. Coyle centers.
He had Frederick right away.
Frederick shoots. Stalock to save. Rebound high slot. McAvoy scrambles to the left point. Right circle. Frederick shoots. Stalock to save. Rebound. Sent out in front and fanning on a shot was Bertuzzi.
Hopped right over his stick.
Bruins have it back in their own zone. Here's Bertuzzi. He'll wheel to the center circle, going wide. Sets it up back in his own zone. Now up the right side, McAvoy fires it in and around. Off the glass far side. Trapped by Frederick. He's already got one tonight. He's had a ton of chances. Far corner, Bertuzzi sent it to the right circle. But the Blackhawks able to recover defensively, and they've got an odd man chance. Kara, left circle, out in front, poke check.
Orbert.
Left circle, now back of the net.
Got to be careful on that strong side pinch if you hesitate, and that's what happened.
Held in by the Blackhawks. Tenorti with a pass to the middle, and Kachuk's drive got deflected off the surface. We'll take a timeout. 13:21 left here in the third. Bruins 3, Blackhawks 3. On the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
Hazel here, and if you're a plumber, pipe fitter, or in the piping trades, then you need to call my friends at Charles D. Sheehy for any of your product needs. Sheehy's staff is ready to get you the piping and mechanical products that you need on site and on time. Call today for more information. Sheehy is driven to deliver.
Massachusetts, listen up. The wait is finally over. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is now live in Massachusetts. And new customers in Mass can get in on the action with $200 in bonus bets, guaranteed. When you place your first $5 bet, just sign up at FanDuel.com/Stewart. Finally, you can bet on all your favorite sports, from the money line to the point spreads to the player props and more. Betting from your couch, that's what I do. Live action, that's the thing now. I can bet in real time on FanDuel. So bet now on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Don't miss your chance to get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. Visit FanDuel.com/Stewart and make every moment more on America's #1 sportsbook.
21 plus and present in Massachusetts. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Hope is here. GamblingHelplineMA.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support.
Hey, it's Ryan with 128, and listen, looking for a new career in the trades can be stressful. Resumes, applications, we get it. We just want to give you direct access to our team to make it easy. Call or text Cassidy's direct line today, 339-219-3003.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Face-off will be in the far circle of the Bruins end. This face-off is brought to you by Unicare. They've teamed up with Charlie Coyle, the State Police Association, and professional firefighters of Massachusetts for face-offs for first responders to highlight mental health resources for first responders. Visit 985thesportshub.com/first responders. Two teams have traded goals here early in the third period. Zacha for the Bruins is 17th at 3:02. Radish is 18th at 3:55 to tie the game at 3. Nosek will lean in and take the draw for the Bruins. Bruins win it. Up the left side, it's Forber. Passes to the center circle over the line, right side. Nosek pulls it between his legs, sent out in front, and Stalock able to stop a deflected puck. I think Hathaway may have gotten it, and he laid the left leg pad down. Now around to check. Here's Kachuk. Shoots. He scores. He pulled around a check and then drilled it inside the near post. Blackhawks back in front 4-3.
Good skill play here by Kachuk. Forbert's not happy with himself, but Kachuk coming down the middle of the ice. He got Forbert to cross over into the middle, and once you do that, with a guy with speed, as soon as Forbert crossed over into the middle, gone. And he gets this shot coming down the right wing side. He's a left-hand shot, and he's going to rip it blocker side past Linus Ullmark. He's in great shooting position inside the dot. Good finish.
So now the Blackhawks have rallied with the last two, and the Bruins trail again for the third time tonight. Back in his own zone, Orlov swings to the far circle, sent up left wing, and it's fought for in front of the Bruins bench. And we've got to stop and play for an offside on the Blackhawks with 12:48 left here in the third. Bruins trailing 4-3.
Fans, Peerless Boilers is here to assist you with your heat and hot water needs. Don't wait until it's too late and you have a leaking mess. Find your local installer at peerlessboilers.com, and remember, Peerless Boilers, America's best built boilers.
For Kachuk, that's his fourth goal of the season. He and Radish both came over in the same deal. That was Brandon Hagel heading the other way to Tampa. Puck sizzled to the far side of the Bruins zone. Bruins don't get it out. Near side to Brusk. And a jam away. And it's pulled free by Bergeron. And here's Marchand, center circle. Going wide, far side. Sets up Lindholm to Marchand, far circle. Shoots, blocked. And the Blackhawks carry it out of there. Here's Dickinson. Watch far side by Orlov. Orlov stepped up and Dickinson bailed out of the way.
He kind of lost his balance, fortunately for him.
Along the near
Orlov
side.
was coming and they had him lined up.
Now Lindholm in front of his net. Swung it over to the near side. McAvoy, flat-footed. He'll feed it to the center circle. Sent back into the Bruins zone. Now McAvoy up the left side. Over the red line. And
the door by the Chicago Blackhawk bench was open. He tried to chip it off the wall, went right into the bench.
Through the gate. 11:59 left here in the third.
Yeah. Dickinson's fortunate he was losing his balance there. Orlov had him lined up pretty good.
Orlov had a big hit on Dylan Larkin on Sunday afternoon in Detroit.
A couple of them, actually. One bigger than the other, but...
Face-off center circle. Krejci's going to dig in. All the goals tonight have come 5-on-5. Each team has only had one chance in the power play. Along the near side, here's Krejci at the near point. Krejci turns, little room, feeds across, left point Grizzly.
Nobody in front.
Stalock the save.
McAvoy actually tried to get to the front of that.
Far side. It's scooped up by Reichel, and he'll lift it out to center ice. Just inside the Bruins line, picked off by McAvoy, spins and he'll head north. Left wing feed, put it in some skates, then jabbed in by Zacha. He'll chug after it. Right corner, he collides with Tenorti, and it's flipped up the left side out to center ice. McAvoy dished it back into his zone Grizzly. Terrier to Terrier, up the right side now, Pasternak. Right point, Bruins doing some changing. Quick flip to the right corner, Connor Murphy. Sent it over to the near side. And out come the Blackhawks, 3-on-3. It's flipped into the left corner by Entwistle. He started the party in the first period. Now here's Hathaway. He'll rush up left wing, over the red line, over the blue line, far side. Going wide against Zaitsev. Grabbed by Zaitsev. Near side at the hash marks, Lindholm. Wedged it behind the net. Hathaway, now Coyle, far corner. Up to the left point, Bertuzzi, a drive, and Stalock the save. Out in front, you got Hathaway getting involved with Mitchell. Hathaway's lost his helmet. And the linesman will try and separate some of the combatants. 10:39 left here in the third. Bruins trailing 4-3 here in Chicago.
Good end of the ship there for Hathaway, really working down low. Battling in behind the net to try to get this puck free. Trying to hold off a check there from Zaitsev. And then they're going to rotate it. Lindholm back down low for Hathaway, continuing to work. protect the puck. Coyle, low to high, get the shot through. Hathaway parked right in front.
Hathaway, in his first 8 games here with the Bruins, 1 goal, 3 assists, or 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. Face-off far circle in the Chicago end. Shots are 34-24 in favor of the Bruins, where they trail 4-3. Puck lobbed out to center ice by the Blackhawks, cut off by Lindholm, and then it's kicked back into the Bruins zone.
Good skate by Orlov. Reached in with his stick, but also used his skate to make sure that pass didn't get across.
Now Marchand over the line right side. Bruins had to drag the line. And
it's going to be, I think Marchand got slashed as he tried to make a move there, I believe. Well, that's the call anyhow.
Chicago, number 11, has a 2-minute minor for slashing.
So can the Bruins power play? Back in the first period. Generated some good looks, didn't score.
That was actually a pretty good whack there from Radish onto the hand of Marchand as he tried to turn.
Off the draw, Marchand couldn't muscle it up top. Lindholm will retrieve center circle. Now Pasternak's got it. Lost it as he tried to get through some skates.
So Lindholm on the point right now with this unit.
That had been Orlov for the last couple of games. Here's Pastrnak over the line right side. Left it for Bergeron right point. Escaped some of the traffic. And then the Blackhawks force it out to center ice.
Pressured right at the right time that time. That was a good job there.
It was one of the things Luke Richardson said he was going to try and do against this Bruins power play. And now we got an offside here in the Blackhawks with 9:42 left here in the third.
Minute 24 remaining in the power. That'll be a quick change. He's sloppy with the puck. Bergeron was pressured. He's trying to make a play there. He's looking for the out. But he makes sure he doesn't turn it over so it's going back the other way. Protects it. And allows the Bruins to get back.
So the second unit hops on. Some of the big guns for the Bruins on the man advantage haven't scored on the power play in a while. For Pastrnak, January 22nd. Brad Marchand, January 18th. Krejci will dig down for the draw. And when the Bruins have had some success, it has usually been the second unit here of late.
McAvoy and Orlov manning the point here on this unit.
Orlov up the right side to McAvoy, motors over the line, feeds to the high slot. Zaka shoots, blocker to side by Stalock, out to challenge. Held in left point by Orlov, spins it to the right point. Zaka up top, return to Zaka. Right point now Krejci, center point. He'll quarterback it over to the left point, now to the far circle.
We're going to pound him there, yeah.
Blackhawks intercept and clear. Out his own line, McAvoy. Up left wing. Bruins on the power play, another 40 seconds. Drilled around by Zaka. Stalock couldn't stop it. High slot. It's Orlov. Feeds to the far circle. Bertuzzi turns away at the far hash. Up top to Orlov. Left circle, Bertuzzi. Shoots. He scores!
Red lights on. Bertuzzi thinks he scored.
Bertuzzi is going to get the
shot by Bertuzzi. Arc up into that left wing circle and rips this puck, but it, unfortunately for him, a little bad luck there.
So we'll take a look at this one. And on the look that we're getting, it never clearly crossed the goal line. Here's the call, or we're about to get the call. Now the referee comes back to talk to some of the off-ice officials. Here we go.
The call on the ice is that we have no goal possibly reached.
So the Bruins still have 28 seconds left on this power play. Trailing 4-3 with 8:46 left here in the third. As Bertuzzi has denied his first as a Bruin. Bergeron in for the draw. Stalock has it back of the net. Left it there. The Bruins closed. And because of that, they're going to get it back. Right corner, DeBrusk. Jam it away. He got cross-checked down. And now the Blackhawks will skate it out. Here's Caro over the line. Almost drew himself offside. And then Tenorti sent it deep. 8 seconds left on the minor to Radish. Now far side at center ice. Pastrnak brings it in. Swings to the far circle. Blackhawks are back at full strength. Back of the net now, DeBrusk to the right circle. Send it up top. Bergeron shoots. Stalock the save. He holds, and we'll take a timeout with 8:09 left here in the third. Blackhawks 4, Bruins 3 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. So contact your Honda dealer or shop online today.
If you ask us, Bruins Nation feels like family. A big and bad, loud and loyal family. And TD Bank is proud to be a part of it. It's good to have the family together again. TD Bank. Unexpectedly human. Woo!
Goalie Jeremy Swayman here to remind you that I've teamed up with UFOs this season to bring you Kick Saves for Cancer. For every save made by a Bruins goalie, UFOs will donate $10 to the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute here in Boston. What if our next save ends cancer? To date, UFOs has donated over $3 million for patient care and cancer research at Dana-Farber, and they're just getting started. Visit UFOs.com today, that's OOFOS.com, to learn more about the goal of finding a cure. It's a beauty.
Download free Nugs. Just add the Wendy's app to your phone and get an offer for a free 10-piece with purchase. Yep, it's raining Nugs again. One app, all the Wendy's.
Limited time at participating Wendy's. New users only. Account registration required. Terms apply.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. So contact your Honda dealer or shop online today.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Bustin'. This is Bustin's most listened to sports station. Bustin's home for sports. 98.5 Sports Hub. He's leading the rotation.
So far tonight, Lena Solmark has made 21 saves, and for every save he makes, UFOS donates another $10 to Dana-Farber for patient care and cancer research. Visit UFOS.com to learn more about how every UFOS.com purchase contributes to their goal of finding a cure. That's UFOS, OOFOS.com. Been a wild third period. Bruins were in front 3-2, now trail 4-3. Off the draw, here's McAvoy, right circle in the Blackhawks end. Puck wouldn't cooperate, and then with a reverse hit, knocked down Caleb Jones at the right hash. Bergeron pushed it back, then to DeBrusk, swings it over to the far side. It's Grizzly to the left corner, DeBrusk, back of the net, Bergeron, wrapper on Stalock to save. There's a rebound. Held in at the right point, McAvoy. Pounds it behind the Blackhawk net. Caleb Jones rips it off the glass and out to center ice. That's an old school defensive play.
There's a lot of guys who did that.
Luke Richardson. Back of the Blackhawks.
If he had to. Luke was a sturdy defensive defenseman. Tough, strong.
21 years in the league. Puck sent out to center ice, and it's drilled deep into the Bruins zone. Allmark swings it to the far corner, Orlov.
Big guy, really hard worker in the weight room. Just went about his business quietly.
Here's Krejci, center circle, dips around to check. Tried to backhand it over the line. It never got to Pastrnak as Athanasiou stopped it. 7 minutes to go here in the third. The shots are 37-25 Bruins, but they trail 4-3. Here's Orlov, cut off at the red line, feeds to the center circle. Krejci, and the Bruins navigate this neutral zone. They're going to set it up back in their own end. Here's Zacha. He's got a goal here in the third. Now Pastrnak going wide over the line right side. Wedged off the puck, Krejci in the right corner. Swings back of the net. And hit the end board. Zacha couldn't snag it. And then flip back into the Bruins zone. Both teams making some changes. McAvoy swings to the far circle. Grzelcyk up right wing. Getting around to check his Bertuzzi out of the line. Right side returns right of the net. Now McAvoy wrap around, send it out in front, and Coyle couldn't redirect it. Near side in the neutral zone, Bertuzzi creates a turnover. Coyle trying to drive it over the line. And out at center ice, McAvoy's got it. Bruins tag up. It's lifted high to the far corner. Hathaway chugging after it. Zaitsev swings behind the net. Over to the near side. Crashing in is McAvoy. And Carroll with the puck. Passed on right wing. Anderson. He's got a goal tonight. Flipped it into the right corner. Knocked down by Lindholm after he did. That's going to draw a penalty.
No.
They're going to call for interference.
He ran into the linesman. He chipped it. Lindholm chipped him, which you're a lot to do, and he ran into the linesman. It's the only reason he went down.
And again, we go back to the conversation.
When you chip the...
We'll take a timeout. 5:45 left here in the third. Bruins going shorthanded, trailing 4-3 in Chicago on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by your local New England Honda dealers.
If you ask us, Bruins Nation feels like family. A big and bad, loud and loyal family. And TD Bank is proud to be a part of it. It's good to have the family together again. TD Bank. Unexpectedly human. Woo!
Mass General Brigham Sports Medicine. Top specialists who understand your athletic dreams, goals, and the need to get back to them. Together, we'll write your comeback story. Visit massgeneralbrigham.org/sports to start yours today.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Hey fans, Peerless Boilers is here to assist you with your vital heat and hot water heating needs. Don't wait until it's too late and have a leaking mess in the middle of winter. Learn more and find local installers today at PeerlessBoilers.com. And remember, Peerless Boilers, America's best built boilers.
Here's another key to why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Free lifetime tire rotation. Get your tires rotated every 5,000 miles to help you get the most out of your tires. Go to TownFairTire.com to see more key reasons why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Dutcher and Rich, morning 6 to 10 on the Sports Hub.
Bid on signed warm-up jerseys from the Bruins Irish Heritage Days for a chance to take one home. All proceeds will benefit the Boston Bruins Foundation and Plata Fund, whose mission it is to raise money for the most underfunded nonprofit organizations that support the vulnerable populations in our communities. Visit BruinsAuctions.org to bid now. The auction runs through March 25th at 5 o'clock.
Tough penalty. I'll tell you, Judd, if that's a penalty, right? Every time somebody dumps it real soft behind a defenseman as they're entering the zone.
Left circle, Marchand with a shorthanded chance. Stalock the save, sent to the left point. Forber couldn't keep it in. We've got to stop.
Based on that call, every time it's dumped in and a defenseman puts a body on the forward who dumps the puck in, it's an interference call. Fans, Bruins Hockey is brought to you by IBEW Local 103 and the NECA Electrical Contractors Association. Proud partners of the Boston Bruins at 98.5 The Sports Hub. IBEW Local 103 and NECA. Ready to power your next project. Visit thepowerprofessionals.com. I remember going back to the Bruins playing the Detroit Red Wings in the playoffs several years ago, and that was, you know, you have the supervisors, and they talk to the teams afterwards. That was one of the things that the Bruins said they would... Every time you dump it behind them, they put bodies on you. And, you know, where's the interference on those calls?
Seth Jones near corner. This is the Blackhawks' second power play. Scoreless with their first. Athanasiou walks in, shoots. I don't think it got to Ullmark. Along the near side. Bruins trying to wrestle the puck free from Entwistle do, and they fire it all the way down. Bruins short for another minute. Lindholm in the box. Bruins trailing 4-3 with 4:40 remaining in regulation. Shots this period 15-5 in favor of the Bruins. Brought in by Radish, left circle. Dickinson a drive, and Ullmark has to slide to his right and make a big save.
Let's take a look at the NHL scoreboard. It's brought to you by the North Atlantic States Carpenters Union. It's time to build. To learn more, visit nasrcc.org. Finals from around the league earlier today. Canadians 6-4 winners over the Penguins. It was Tampa 4, New Jersey 1. Vegas 5-3 over Philadelphia. Rangers over the Capitals 5-3. Carolina 5-3 over Winnipeg. Nashville 2-1 over Detroit.
Rushing up the left side. It's brought in by Orlov. Squeezes around a check into the far corner. Bruins short for another half minute. And now the Blackhawks chugging the other way. Here's Caleb Jones. Over the line left side. Almost stumbled. And then lost it in the near corner to Clifton. Back of the net. Clifton digging away. And Marchand dished it up the middle and out to center ice. 15 seconds left on the Lindholm penalty. Brought in by Mitchell. Slowly to the left circle. Now cuts to the middle. Poke check. Backhanded near side. They score. It's Radish who had Allmark moving. A power play goal. And the Blackhawks now with a 5-3 lead over the Bruins.
Almost a little bit of a broken play here, but Radish is able to pound this puck home from the base of the left wing circle. As the Bruins trying to get that puck out, Radish left alone there. The puck squirts over to him. The Bruins had a chance to clear. They do, but then Chicago regroups as the Bruins are trying to get a change. Now they got possession in the offensive end. Protect the puck, come to the middle. Actually, a good passing play from the slot down to Radish.
So Radish with a couple of goals here tonight. Got a little discussion with the officials out in the center circle. Not sure exactly what this is about. And now Kelly Sutherland comes over to have a word with the Blackhawks bench. Going to do the same with Jim Montgomery.
Luke Richardson seems satisfied with the answer. We'll see if Jim Montgomery has the same reaction.
There's a penalty on the play before the goal. Number 63 for Boston has a 2-minute for hooking.
So now the Bruins down a pair and down a man for the next 2 minutes with 3:52 remaining in regulation.
Yeah, they give Marchand the penalty for reaching in.
It had to be the official out at center ice who made the call because the referee in the far corner didn't have his arm up.
That was Mitchell who cut from left to right. Marchand reached in it on the hook.
Now right corner, it's Seth Jones chasing his own zone by Coyle. Trouble here. Coyle trying to wrestle it free, and it's pulled out of there instead by Athanasiou. He'll wheel to the center circle, angle left over the Bruins line. To the left circle, cutting out in front, Entwistle. And I don't know if he got a clean shot away, but it's set down the length of the ice by the Bruins. Stalock sets it up back of his net for Jones. He'll leave it in the near circle, and Athanasiou coming late. He can fly. Far side, Forbert stepped up on Jones. He lost his stick. The Bruins clear it to the slot. Along the near side, Zacha, tailed by Athanasiou. Far side, it's drilled by Forbert. All the way back into the Blackhawks end. 58 seconds remaining in the minor to Marchand. 2:45 left here in the third. Bruins trailing 5-3. They had lost 2 of 3 coming in. Right circle, it's Radish. Took a check in the right corner. It's set up to the right point. Johnson feeds to the left point. Caleb Jones with the near circle. Mitchell. Top right wing circle. Johnson with a shot. Blocked. Skitters out in front, and Allmark gloves it. With 2:23 remaining in regulation, and the Bruins short for another 31 seconds.
Yeah, so you're thinking about it right now. I thought they might try to, kind of a 2-on-2. I thought they might try to do something going up the ice. They end up just dumping it down. And you're going to come back here. You got Marchand in the box for 31 seconds. And Bergeron will come out for this face-off along with Coyle. But put your, Lindholm's still barking at the referee for that penalty that he got. Him and McAvoy are on the defensive, come out on the defensive pair. So going to try to push something here, and then when do you pull Ullmark? You're going to wait probably until, I would be shocked if they didn't wait until Marchand got out.
Left point now, Caleb Jones feeds to the near circle. Punched by the Bruins off the glass and out to center ice. 20 seconds left in the Marchand penalty. Ullmark sets it up. Bruins bank it ahead. Here's Coyle over the red line, over the blue line right side. To the near wall, stutter step, got into the right corner. Caleb Jones has got it. 4 seconds left. Marchand is awaiting that penalty box door to open. He's out. 1:48 remaining here in regulation. The Blackhawks have it behind their net. Up by 2. Up right wing out at center ice. It's flipped in front of the Blackhawks bench. Sent into the Bruins zone. Hustling to deny icing at the end boards. McAvoy finishes check hard on Radish, and now cutting in his Pasternak into the slot on one hand. He got tugged. We're going to have a penalty shot here with 1:24 remaining, and the Bruins down 5-3.
Yeah, Pasternak just took off right up the middle of the ice, and that long pass after McAvoy made the hit in behind the net. And it's going to be Tenorti. You know, but Pasternak knows what he's doing there. He's going to lean into that reach from Tenorti, and he'll get the benefit here of the penalty shot.
Second in the league in goals.
Quick deep, top corner with the little flip forehand.
Pasternak waiting back in his own zone at the top of the left wing circle. He's moving left to right. Gets the signal. Scoops up the puck. He'll head left. Stick handles over the line into the far circle. Now to the slot. Lost the puck out in front. He never got a shot away as Stalock was down on the seat of his pants and his stick went flying.
Might have got in a little too tight with it. And he had the whole top corner. Like we talked about, that little forehand backhand, back to the forehand, but still flip up top. And he lost it off the heel of his stick.
The Bruins net to our left is empty. Bergeron in for the draw, so it's a 6-on-5 with 1:24 remaining in regulation. Bruins win the draw. Marchand shoots. Stalock to save. Right corner, Marchand digging away. Pounds it up top. Glove by Lindholm. He's got a goal tonight. Marchand near wall. Shoots. Stalock, I think that hit off his head. Backhanded to the near side, just out to center ice. Lindholm center circle with 1:07. Left wing feed. Pasternak brought it in, then lost it, and it's drilled up the left side all the way down. We're going to have...
They hit a body.
And so Krejci has to come back and get it. Marchand out at center ice. Holds in front of his bench. Center circle, he lost it. Here's Kara. Over the line, right side. Radish for the hat trick. Shoots, he scores. Here come the Hats. Blackhawks 6, Bruins 3.
We're going to have plenty of time to talk about it here after the game, but we'll have plenty of time to talk about it now. You know, you get this game, or you think you tie it up on the shot by Bertuzzi. And, you know, on review, obviously the puck did not go in. A little bit of bad luck for Bertuzzi. That was on the power play. Hit both posts and out. And then the Blackhawks come down and score again to make it 5-3 on the power play, the tough penalty that was called on Lindholm. A couple power play goals, and just, you know, you had a lot of things going your way early in the season. You earned it. You earned a lot of those through the first 2/3 of the way through the year. Now you're getting a little unlucky on a couple situations. You're facing a little adversity. I don't think it's a bad thing, to be honest with you, as long as it's taken the right way and you figure it out. I mean, everybody was asking, when are they going to face adversity? They faced a little bit right around the All-Star break, I believe it was. Now you're facing a little more.
So Radish with his first NHL hat trick. And he scored the last two. The Bruins at one point were down 2-1, rallied to tie it up at 2, and then early in the third period, Pavel Zacha scored to make it 3-2 Bruins, give them their first lead. That lasted 53 seconds.
The next goal came right after, exactly.
That was Radish, who got it started. All three of his goals had come here in the third. And Ullmark back in net with 43 seconds remaining. We mentioned at the top the trouble that the Blackhawks have given the Atlantic Division teams. They're going to improve to 7-6-3 against the Atlantic. Now right circle, it's Coyle in the Blackhawks end. Stalock a stick save, standing up the entire way, old school.
Stalock hung in there. You know, he got put into a tough situation with Mrazek coming out of the game. And Mrazek was playing well.
Near circle of his own end, Tenorti with 14. Up the left side. And it's drilled back of the Bruins net. Ullmark's going to hold it as the Blackhawks fans here at the United Center rise to their feet. This baby's final. So the Bruins